Sworn.
Good morning. I have about 3 or 4 cases this morning at the BRC that I need your help with. The first case is going to be Victor Rivera. His case number is 2021 MM650AO. And thought he was there, but no, he's not. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Sí, te escucho. Mi nombre es Víctor Manuel Rivera.
My name is Victor Manuel Rivera.
Mr. Rivera, you were arrested in 2021 MM650AO on a charge of assault, domestic violence in nature. The judge signing your warrant has already found probable cause for your arrest. The court's going to set your bond in an amount of $250
Okay.
with the following
Okay.
conditions: that you do not have contact with his victim, you maintain a separate residence from his victim, you may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have may need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours. I'm actually going to make these conditions a pretrial release. And you do not possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Yes, ma'am. So $250 bond plus pretrial release. Do not return, no contact with the victim, maintain a separate residence, no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of his release. And no, cannot possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. All right. Sir, did you read the no contact order?
Sí.
Do you have any questions
Yes.
do you have any questions about that order?
No.
All right.
No.
Abide by the order, you're going to see me very soon. You understand?
Okay.
Okay.
Have a great day, sir. Madam Interpreter, the next case I have is Domingo, Cologne, Ortiz. His case number is 2021 CF1093AO. Sir, can you tell me your name?
Domingo Cologne Ortiz.
Domingo Cologne Ortiz.
Mr. Cologne Ortiz, you are here in 2021 CF1093AO. You've been arrested for 2 counts. The first count is possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. And the second count, I found probable cause after review of the charging affidavit for both. I'm going to stay your bonds in this case as set in the amount of $1,100. You are out on bond when this incident happened in case 2020 CF 14163 and 2020 CF 12656 AO. The court is going to, so you were out on RR on one case. The court is going to revoke your RR status. In both cases, I want to set your bonds at none. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. If they're not already been appointed in all your cases, you got to get in front of your judge to have an appropriate bond hearing if you want to be released from custody. Have a great day, sir. Madam Interpreter, the next case I have is Manuel Cologne Santiago.
He bonded, Your Honor.
Well, guess not. Mr. Santiago bonded. I guess the next case I have is Francisco Quiros, I guess. Case is number 2021 CF1086AO. Can you state your name, sir?
Francisco Quiroz.
Francisco Quiros.
Mr. Quiros, you are here in case 2020 CF1086AO for 2 charges. Sexual battery on a child 12 years or under by a person 18 years or older. Lascivious molestation of a child under the age of 12. Miss Kennedy Swanson, what is the state requesting that I do with Mr. Quiros?
We believe the defendant should continue to be held at no bond, no contact with the victim or the victim's family, even while in custody. No weapons, no firearms, no drugs, no alcohol, no unsupervised contact. No contact with any children under the age of 18. And if he has any biological children, no unsupervised contact with his biological children.
I want to appoint a public defender to represent Mr. Quiros. Ms. George, do you have any response?
Your Honor, we have no argument. We reserve the right to have an Arthur hearing downtown.
All right. Mr. Quiros, I'm going to stay your bonds in an amount of $0 in both cases, in both charges. Conditions of any release that you have or while you're in the custody of the Orange County Jail is that you have no contact with this victim or this victim's family. That you have no contact with any child under the age of 18. You shall not maintain. Sorry. You shall have. If you have any, Mr. Quiros, do you have any biological children?
Sí.
Yes.
All right. You shall have no unsupervised contact with those children.
Sí.
Before contact,
Yes.
before a contact happens, you must make that parent or the child's mother aware of the pending case like this you're facing. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Have a great day,
No
sir.
tengo ninguna arma.
I don't have any kind of arms.
Yep, that's fine. If you come into possession of any while this case is pending, you need to turn those over to law enforcement.
Okay.
I think that was the last Spanish.
Okay.
case, correct? Last Spanish. Thank you, Madam Interpreter. That was my last Spanish case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a great day. Sir, can you tell me your name?
Marvin Hutchinson.
Mr. Hutchinson, you're here in case 2020 CF2198AO for a violation of pretrial release conditions. The judge signing the warrant for the violation of set your bonds in the amount of $3,000 as to count 1, $150 as to the 2 remaining counts. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case if they have not already been appointed. I'm going to stay your bonds as set. Have a great day, sir. Ma'am, can you tell me your name?
Michelle Aloy.
So, Lawyer, you are here in case 2021 MM32AA on charge of battery.
That is not.
Oh, ma'am.
Oh.
I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. I'm going to set your bond in the amount of $1,000 with the following conditions: that you have no contact with the victim in this case, do not return to the scene of this location, must maintain a separate residence from this victim, you may not possess any weapons or firearms while you're on release in this case. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours. You must not possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I'll also request that she screen for, or if not, She can post a bond of $1,000 or be released on mental health pretrial release if she qualifies with the same conditions. Have a great day, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Diabra Lyons.
Say your name.
Diabra Lyons.
What? Can we get the sister here too,
Yes, sir.
please? Yeah, no problem.
It's like nothing in my head.
All right. This is case Jabara Lyons and is it Denisha Lyons? Ms. Jabara Lyons is case 2021 MM 660. And Ms. Denisha Lyons is case 2021 MM 661. Both cases, I found probable cause in each case as you for the charge of battery domestic violence is the charge you've been arrested for. Mrs. Darvia Lyons, is saying that, keep saying that right?
Diabra.
Diarvia?
Diabra.
Diarva. All right, Ms. Diarva Lyons, could you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're giving is matters the truth, the whole truth, none but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, man, put your hand down. Ma'am, do you want to have contact with your sister who's standing to your left?
Yes, sir.
All right. If I order no hostile contact, you all gonna be able to behave yourself with your sister?
Yes, sir.
All right. Miss Denisha, I want to say this right.
Danisha.
Danisha? Mm-hmm. All right, we got to write an A. Maybe we need help. Miss Danisha, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Man, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, put your hand down. Do you want to have contact with your sister who's standing to your right?
Yes, sir.
All right. You gonna be able to you all gonna be able to behave yourselves by at least release you on no hostile contact?
Yes, sir.
All right.
There's no objection to pretrial release, Your Honor, on both cases. No hostile contact, no weapons, no firearms, no drugs, no alcohol.
All right, we're gonna set both of your cases as follows. We'll set bond amount of $250 with pretrial release conditions. You have no hostile contact with each other. No hostile contact means simply this: no yelling, no fighting, nothing physical, obviously. No threats. You have anything of that sort. Okay. You won't be able to get along while you're on release. All right, I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in both your cases. One of them is somebody's going to get the public defender, somebody's going to get the regional conflict counsel at a later date. So you both have representation. All right, everybody have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's 250 because we have nothing on the record.
All All right, ma'am, can you tell me your name?
Adalis Torres.
Say again?
Adalis Torres.
All right. Ms. Torres, you are here in case 2021 CF 656 AO on charge of battery, dating violence. The court did review the charging affidavit in this case. It did find probable cause for your arrest as to that matter. Has anybody had contact with the victim in this case?
No, Your Honor.
The court's going to set your bond as follows. Set your bond amount of $250. Going to place you on with pretrial release in this case. To have no contact with the victim in this case. To maintain a separate residence. Not possessing any weapons or firearms, and weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Not possessing any drugs or alcohol while you're on pretrial release. All right, I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case, ma'am. Have a great day.
I have a hearing next door, so I'm just chilling till it starts.
Visiting our resident celebrity, Miss Kennedy Swanson.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
All right, ma'am, tell me your name.
Rebecca Griffiths.
All right. Ms. Griffiths, you are here in 2019 CT 2128AO, AW, I'm sorry. On a failure to appear, the judge set your bond at an amount of $250.
Your Honor, the offer is a withhold, credit for time served. When looking at her driving record, I don't see any prior driving while license suspended.
I agree. Ma'am, the state of Florida is offering you at this time a withhold adjudication of guilt credit for the times you spent in the Orange County Jail, which is, somebody tell me.
Yeah.
Ms. Davis, how much time has Ms. Griffin been with us?
I'm sorry. She has 2 days. Can
2
we?
days in the Orange County Jail. The court cost in that case of $301. Is that one something you want to take?
So that means I go home today?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'll take
All
it.
right. You raise your right hand to be sworn in. Ma'am, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, put your hand down. Tell me your name one more time.
Rebecca Griffiths.
Ms. Griffiths, you are here in case 2019 CT 2128AW on a charge of driving license suspended. That is a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Say 60 days in jail?
No, the maximum penalties
Oh.
are 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand?
Okay, understood.
All right. Do you understand by entering this plea, you're going to give up certain constitutional rights? One of those rights is that you give up the right to have a trial in this matter. Do you understand that?
Understood.
You understand you give up the right to have the court appoint an attorney to represent you at a trial?
Understood.
At a trial, an attorney can challenge the state's evidence, they can question the state's witnesses and call witnesses on your behalf. Do you understand that?
Understood.
If there was a witness you wanted to call that did not want to come to court, the court can use a subpoena power to make that witness appear. Do you understand?
Understood.
You understand by entering this plea, you're giving up the right to have to appeal any errors in this case, except the court's jurisdiction to be the jurisdiction over you and the sentence that I'm going to impose. Do you understand?
Understood.
And that, not sure, but this charge at a later date can be used to enhance a second conviction for driving license suspended.
Understood.
Do you understand?
Yes. Understood.
Okay. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Do you understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation?
Understood.
I did review the charging, your driving record. The state you stipulate to a factual basis. Ms. Kennedy Swanson.
I'm sorry?
I don't have a factual basis, but I'm looking at her driving record. License is suspended, so.
Let me see if I can see one in our system, Your Honor. May I have one moment?
You can stipulate, it's fine.
Yes, they will stipulate, Your Honor.
All right. All right. On the stipulation of the parties, the court is going to find a factual basis for your plea. Ma'am, do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to these charges?
No contest. No contest.
All right. The court will accept your no contest plea as to these charges as being advising you of your rights. I will withhold adjudication of guilt. finding that your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. And I will give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. The court costs and cost of prosecution in this case of $301. I'll make that payable directly to the clerk within 1 year of today's date.
1 year to the.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Have a great day, ma'am.
Thank you.
Tell me your name, sir.
Alexander John de Ayala.
Say again?
Alexander John de Ayala, sir.
All right. Sir, you are here in case 2021 MM 670AO on charge of trespassing a structure or conveyance. State, is there an offer to resolve Mr. Alexander's case?
No offer, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Alexander, do you have a cell phone number, a cell phone? You have a phone?
No, sir.
Do you own a phone?
Yes, sir, I do.
Does it have service?
No, it's not out of service. I have a
All right.
service currently connected and everything.
All right. You use Wi-Fi calling or something like that?
Yeah, sometimes.
All right. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. I'm going to order or release you on your own recognizance.
Okay.
Conditions of that release is that you maintain contact with the public defender's office. So you need to find a way to either go visit them or call them at least twice a month. You do not miss your court date that you're going to have set when you sign your paperwork.
Sir, yes, sir.
All right? Because you're going to get a date on your paperwork. Make sure you're at the court date.
Yes, sir.
If you're not at the court date, the judge is going to send some green people in uniforms to come arrest you. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Have a great day, sir.
You too, sir. Thank you.
Burnment, I guess, bonded.
He's mental health, Your Honor.
All right.
Mental health.
I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Jeffrey Burnman in case 2020 MM 7153AO. You all want to waive his appearance?
Yes, Your Honor, we'll wait.
He's here on the failure to appear. I'm going to state his bond in the amount of $2,000. Ma'am, can you tell me your name?
Norma McLaughlin Henderson.
You're going to have to speak up, slide back a little bit to your right and speak right directly into the microphone.
Sharma McLaughlin Henderson.
All right, Mr. McLaughlin Henderson, you are here in case 2020 MM 8245AO. For a failure to appear, the judge in that case set your bond amount of $500. I'm going to stay your bonds as to that amount. State, do you have an offer to resolve Ms. McLaughlin's case?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. May I have a moment?
It's a trespass.
I have the case number again, Your Honor.
2020 MM 8245AO.
Adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, no return to the scene, cost of investigation of $186.56 to the Orlando Police Department.
100. Say that cost of investigation again?
$186.56.
Ms. McLaughlin, do you want to take that offer from the state of Florida, which is an adjudication of guilt, credit for the...
Yeah.
Mrs. Davis, how many days does she have?
Yes, 4 days.
4 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail. There's court costs and cost of prosecution amount of $273, and there's a cost of investigation of $186.56 to the Orlando Police Department. Do you want to take that offer?
Yes.
Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? All right, cover your nose first, and then, here you go. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
You put your hand down. Tell me your name one more time, ma'am.
Sharma McLaughlin Henderson.
Mr. McLaughlin Henderson, you are here in case 2020 MM 8245AO on a charge of trespass on property other than a structure or conveyance. That is a first-degree misdemeanor. It is punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you understand by entering? Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to this charge?
I think I already took a deal on whatever it is.
The deal's not going to change. It's whether you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest.
I say no contest.
All right. Yeah. You understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to be waiving certain constitutional rights.
Yes.
All right. One of those rights is that you're going to be given the right to have a trial in this matter. You understand that?
Right.
You understand?
I understand, yes.
All right. You understand you're given the right to have the court appoint an attorney to represent you at a trial.
Yes, I understand.
You understand you're given the right to appeal any errors in this case other than the court's jurisdiction over you and the legality of the sentence that I'm going to impose.
Okay, doke. Yes, I understand.
All right. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol?
No,
Has anybody forced, threatened, or forced you to enter this plea?
not really, no.
Was not really. Who's
Well, they
making?
tell you your rights, but nobody has forced me to, I don't think I should, it's a long, you have to go along with it. Right.
Say it again.
What was the question?
Well, I want to make sure that you don't think that nobody's forcing
I
you
know
to
I'm
do
here
this.
for trespassing, is that it?
Yes, you're for trespassing. You need to cover your nose.
Well, the problem is I should have been home, right? And it's not my fault. People got kicked around. I was out on the street.
Well,
out
don't talk about the facts of your
case.
case. You can enter the plea. You don't have to enter the plea. You can set your case for trial, and you can go forward whatever defenses that you think you may have after consulting your attorney. But the question is, at this time, do you still want to enter the plea, understanding all your rights?
My rights?
You
No,
understand-
I
you still
understand
wanna
what's
enter the
going on.
plea?
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, but do you still want to enter the plea, understanding all your rights?
Do I have to enter a plea?
No, you don't.
What are my options?
Your options are you can plead not. You can continue your plea of not guilty. You can set your case for trial, and you can impanel a jury to decide
But
whether
I
you are
thought
guilty of the
that
charge.
didn't they take a deal or something? That's not what is going on. Right.
Can I have a second? No.
Okay.
Okay, Your Honor, she understands.
So, ma'am, has anybody forced you, threatened you, or made you enter this plea?
No.
Do you still want to continue with your plea after speaking with Ms. George from the Public Defender's Office?
Yes.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
Yes.
What was that mental health illness?
The latest, they said it was schizoaffective.
Okay. Are you suffering from any of the symptoms of your schizoaffective disorder at this time?
Not really, no.
Was not really.
It's aggravated social conditions like nowhere to live, right? That causes me to. So.
But right now, as you're speaking to me, are you hearing any voices or suffering from any anxiety from other than just being nervous and being in court?
No.
All right. All right. And the party's going to stipulate to a factual basis?
Right.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Of course, going on the stipulation and find as a factual basis for the entering your plea. I'm going to accept your plea of no contest, ma'am. Mine is freely and voluntarily entered. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'm going to give you credit for the 4 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 40 days credit time served. I'm going to impose $186.56, a cost of investigation to Orlando Police Department. And I'm going to impose the court cost of prosecution amount of $273. We're going to reduce all those costs to judgment. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. Have a great day, ma'am.
All right, you have to.
All right, I think I call on Mr. Cohen. Tell me your name, sir.
Murphy Ulrich.
All right, Mr. Aldridge, you're here in 2021 CF 1110AO. We were trying to contact Mr. Cohen, so I guess he's representing you in this case.
Yes, sir.
Who do I have on the line from Mr. Cohen's office?
This is Corey Cohen. How are you?
I'm doing well, Mr. Cohen. We have Mr. Aldrich here in our
Yes, sir.
our custody. He was arrested in case 2021 CF1110AO on 3 charges. The first charge is false imprisonment. Second charge is dating violence, and the third charge is petty theft. Mr. Cohen, do you know if Mr. Aldrich was then served with the temporary injunction that I see written in this report?
I am not aware, Your Honor, if he has or not.
All right.
He hasn't, Your Honor.
He has not?
He has not.
Okay. All right. Can we see if the sheriff's office can get that done?
Upon his release, he'll be served.
All right. All right, sir. In count 1 of the false imprisonment, oh, sorry, Mr. Cohen, you, does anybody have contact with the victim first? Ms. Kennedy Swanson,
No.
anybody from your office?
No, Your Honor.
They made contact with the mother of the victim because the victim is a minor,
Yeah.
and she stated that they would try to come to court.
Okay. All right, I don't see, there's nobody here in my witness booth. Mr. Cohen, do you have anything you want to add?
Judge, we're asking for a release on his own recognizance. He's a full-time college student. He's lived in Central Florida his entire life, lives with his parents, has no adult criminal history. We're not asking for contact at this time. We're just asking for his release.
All right, Mr. Cohen, it seems on the face sheet I'm looking at that he has a conviction for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon ×3 from September of 2017.
That was a juvenile record, Your Honor.
I'm asking, was that a juvenile arrest?
Yes, it was.
Okay. All right, Mr. Cohen, I can't release him on his own recognizance as to especially count 2 of the information as it is a domestic violence related charge. I can, but I don't think the facts are appropriate in this case. All right, Mr. Aldrich, as to count 1, the court's going to set your bond in the amount of $2,000. As to count 2, the court's going to set your bond in the amount of $500. And as to count 3, the court's going to set your bond in the amount of $150. These all be bonds with pretrial release conditions, that you have absolutely no contact with his victim, that you abide by the injunction that you're going to be served before you leave this courthouse, this jail, all right?
Yes, sir.
So this is very simple. Mr. Cohen will counsel you, but I'm going to tell you now. Even if this person wants to have contact with you, don't do it. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Have you read the no contact order?
Yes.
All right, do you have any questions about the no contact order?
No, sir.
So any extreme thoughts of contact, social media, billboards, anything, any kinds of contact will get you landed right back here with me. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. All right, that includes through third-party contact, including these people that are involved in this case. You also have no contact with them. The 2 gentlemen that were listed in this affidavit, I think it was Austin Mortati, Marotta, and Albert Alexander Shaquem Grant, I'm sorry. So no contact with them either. All right, must maintain a separate residence from the victim. And Mr. Cohen represents you, so if you have any questions, give him a call and he'll be able to answer them.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Cohen, do you have anything further you want to add?
No, Judge, thank you.
All right, have a great day, sir.
You too.
Alright. Tell me your name, sir.
Michael Fontenelle.
Mr. Fontenelle, you are here in case 2021 CF 784AO. You were arrested on a warrant for 3 charges: battery, domestic violence, stalking, domestic violence, and burglary of a dwelling with assault battery therein. State as to count 3. What are you asking the court to do?
We're asking for the defendant to be held at no bond. As count 3 is a punishable by life offense. No contact, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol, no return.
I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Fontenelle. Ms. George.
Your Honor, we're not going to make an argument. We're going to reserve the right to have an Arthur hearing downtown.
So on that basis, the court is going to stay your bonds as to count 3 in the amount of $0. As to counts 1, I'm going to set your bond in the amount of $1,500. Count 2, set your bond in the amount of $500. Conditions of all your bonds are you to have no contact with this victim.
Yes.
All right, did you read the no contact order?
Yeah.
I can't hear you, sir.
Yes.
Do you have any questions about the order? Do you have any questions?
No.
Do you understand what it means, no contact, correct?
Yeah.
Any forms of contact. Don't go by, don't call, no contact.
Yes.
Do not return. Condition also that you not return to this residence where this happened. You are to possess no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You are not possessing any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. All right, you understand, sir?
Yes.
So now you're from the jail. Don't call from the jail. Don't send any letters. No third-party contact. Any of those things. All right, have a great day, sir. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Maestro McLean.
Sir, this is you were arrested in case 2021 CF 1103 AO on charge of aggravated battery on a pregnant person, dating violence. Court reviewed the charging affidavit, did find probable cause for your arrest. Does anybody have contact with this victim?
No, Your Honor.
All right. We're going to set your bond in this case at the amount of $2,500. Condition of your bonds that you have no contact with this victim. You maintain a separate residence from the victim. You're not possessing any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You ought to possess no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You understand?
Yeah, I understand, but I do have a question.
I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you, so ask Ms. George a question first, and then we'll have a further conversation.
Okay, Your Honor.
All right. Sir, did you read the no contact order?
Yes, I did.
Do you have any questions about the order?
No, I don't.
All right.
But I
Abide
do-
by the order? Go ahead.
I do think I'm gonna need an officer because she may be at my hotel when I get back.
All right. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to collect any belongings that you have. If the officers get there and she's not there, then you can stay. But if she's still there, you have to find somewhere to go. All right.
Well, even though I paid for this, the hotel
Well,
is
if it's a
mine.
hotel, then you just check out. Correct?
Well, I'm due to stay there until Saturday. I don't have nowhere else to stay.
All right. Well, by the no contact order, I don't know how big this hotel is, but I'm quite sure they can accommodate you if you want to check out of that room and into another room.
Okay, that'll be fine.
All right. So, but you need to go with law enforcement. Don't go to the hotel and then call law enforcement. But you're gonna get arrested if you do that. All right? So by get contact with law enforcement, they'll tell you what to do, and then you can go ahead and get whatever you need to get handled, all right?
So, okay, so I just asked when the law enforcement's downstairs to take?
Nope, you're gonna have to call the non-emergency number. There's a process on your paperwork when you leave. So follow the process on the paperwork. If you don't, like I said, you're gonna be back here with me. All right, have a great day. All right, sir, tell me your name.
My name is Zedric McNorton, sir.
All right, Mr. McNorton, you are here in 2021 CF 1097AO. You were arrested for 3 charges. 1 is possession of a firearm by convicted felon, 2 is carrying a concealed firearm, and 3 battery dating violence. The court did review the charging affidavit in your case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. The court is going to set your bonds as follows. $1,000 is to count 1, $1,000 is to count 2, $500 is to count 3. Is there anybody had contact with the victim as to count 3?
No, Your Honor.
The court is going to order that you have no contact with the victim as to count 3, but you maintain a separate residence from the victim.
No, sir.
You obviously should not possess any weapons or firearms. All right?
Yes, sir.
Even if somebody gives you one.
Yes, sir.
Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. All right. Appoint a public defender to represent you in this case.
Yes, sir.
All right, have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Tell me your name.
Harry Nieves.
All right, Mr. Nieves Rodriguez?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you're here in 2021 CF 1113AO. You're arrested in 3 counts, possession of fentanyl, battery, domestic violence, and possession of methamphetamine. The court did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Has anyone had contact with this victim?
No, Your Honor.
I want to set your bonds in count 1 in the amount of $1,000. It's count 2. You're going to set your bond in the amount of $500. It's count 3. The court's going to set your bond in the amount of $1,000. Condition of your bond is you have no contact with the victim, even from the jail. That you will maintain a separate residence from this victim. You do not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You ought to possess no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You are out on bond in case 2020 CF 5404AO. Court find probable cause that you've committed a new law offense while out on release. The court is going to revoke that bond, set a new bond at none. Appointing the public defender to represent you in your case. You get in front of the appropriate judge to have a bond here if you want to be released. Have a great day, sir. Tell me your name, sir.
Jason Roberts.
You want to speak a little louder?
Jason Roberts.
All right, Mr. Roberts, you are here in case 2021 CF 469AO for charge of battery, 1 prior with domestic violence in nature. The judge signing your warrant previously found probable cause for your arrest. Has anybody had contact with this victim?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Sir, I'm going to set your bond in the amount of $250 with pretrial release conditions that you have no contact with this victim, was to maintain a separate residence from the victim. I think the bond came with no return to the scene. I want to strike the no return to the scene from the bond. Do not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. second. Thank you. All right. Mr. Roberts, you have any questions about the no contact order?
No, sir.
Right.
No, sir.
Well, I'm appointing the public defender to represent you in your case. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
Step up, sir. There we go. Tell me your name.
James Rusher.
Mr. Rusher, you're here in case 2021 CF305AO. You're arrested in 3 charges. The first charge is battery, domestic violence. Second charge is aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And then the third count is tampering with a witness to hinder communications to law enforcement. The judge signing your warrants find probable cause for your arrest as to this matter. The court is going to set your bond in the amount of $1,000 as to count 1, $2,000 as to count 2, and $500 as to count 3. Conditions of your bond is you have no contact with this victim. You are to maintain a separate residence from the victim. You are to not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You are to not possess any drugs or alcohol while you're out on release in this case. Sir, do you have any questions about a no contact order?
Sir.
I can't hear you.
No, sir.
All right, I'm appointing the public defender to represent you in your case. Have a great day, sir. Tell me your name, sir.
Joshua Benjamin.
All right. Mr. Benjamin, you are here in case 2021 MM673AO. You're arrested on charge of battery, dating violence. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, I was having problems finding probable cause that this is actually a dating violence than just a battery. They were dating, but they didn't say they were actually intimate during that time.
Where he snatched her clothes?
No, the battery. No, not worrying about the battery. Is whether it's the dating violence or domestic violence in nature is the question.
It says she and her boyfriend of a year and a half. That's not.
Yeah, but they actually had to be not just going together
Your Honor
strong.
wants to find simple battery. That's no objection from the state.
All right. The court's gonna find probable cause for a battery. Seems to know in the four corners of the affidavit that they were intimate during the course of their relationship, except what it was or was about to happen. I guess at least in this in the affidavit. So the court's gonna release you on pretrial release in this case. Condition of your pretrial release is you have no contact with this victim. To maintain a separate residence from the victim. To not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You are to possess no weapons, no drugs or alcohol during the course of your pretrial release. Sir, do you have any questions about the no contact order?
No, sir.
All right. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. Have a great day, sir.
You still want him to sign?
Yes, please.
What's the statute?
No, it should be 784.03. It should be same statute. Just the designation for dating violence.
Something of the one time?
Yeah. This is a classification thing. All right. Have a great day, sir. All right. Tell me your name, sir.
Adam Lee Gonzalez.
All right, Mr. Gonzalez, you are here in case 2021 MM646AO. On charge of battery, dating violence. The court did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for your arrest in this matter. I do have a witness in the witness booth. Ma'am, can you tell me your name?
Sabrina Burgos.
Say your name again.
Sabrina Burgos.
Ms. Burgos, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
How do you know Mr. Gonzalez?
He's my boyfriend for
All right,
a
put your
year
hand
now.
down. Put your hand down.
Oh,
All right, tell me, say your name.
I'm sorry?
Say how do you know Mr. Gonzalez?
I've been dating him for a year now.
Okay. Are you afraid of Mr. Gonzalez?
No, I'm not.
All right. Do you want to have contact with Mr. Gonzalez during the course of this case?
Do what?
Do you want to have contact with Mr. Gonzalez during the course of this
Do
case?
I want to?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
All right. Has anything like this happened in the past?
No,
Did drugs or alcohol play a role during this incident?
I was drinking.
No.
I was drinking.
Okay.
Can I say something? Or
About what would you want?
like I just wanted to I really came I've never been through this before.
Okay.
And I actually feel like I overreacted, so I just want to give that statement and say that I made a mistake, because I feel like this is a situation that could have been resolved much better and didn't have to involve the law. So that was my mistake, and I don't think that he deserves to be here.
Well, I'm not sure, based on the reading of what I've read in this affidavit, that the law should not be involved. Allegations that you stated that Mr. Gonzalez grabbed you by the neck, was going to choke you, pushed you.
I didn't say that he grabbed me by the neck and pushed me.
All right. I'm going to give you Ms. Swanson, Ms. Kennedy Swanson, do you have any questions for Ms. Burgos?
I do not.
Ms. George?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right. All right, ma'am. Ms. Burgos, if I had the court would order no hostile contact, do you know what that means? What do
No.
you think when I say no hostile contact? What do you think that means?
Like we can't be around each other, we can't talk to each other, anything
No,
like that?
That's no contact. So no hostile contact is very simple as this. No arguing, no threats,
Okay,
no aggressive behaviors toward each other.
right.
Obviously, no physical contact. You understand that?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez, do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Can't hear you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, what do you say I should do about this case he's out on bond on?
No objection, no action, Your Honor.
Mr. Gonzalez is going to set your bonds as follows. Going to set your bond amount of $1,000 as account one. Addition of your bonds, you have no hostile contact with Ms. Burgos. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Based on the state's recommendation, I'm not going to take any action on your felony case that you're out on bond on. Stay out of trouble.
Yes,
Otherwise,
sir.
you're going to be staying here with me until all your cases are resolved. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
I want to point the well, if you're not able to bond out, I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you while you're in my custody, okay?
Yes, sir.
Have a great day, sir.
You too.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm so sorry, quick question. So he got bond?
Yeah?
Okay, thanks. I'm not gonna have any contact.
No? Sorry, I get two.
No, I'm saying that's his. They're
Okay.
Portuguese interpreter.
Portuguese.
Hello.
Hello. Somebody on the line is a Portuguese interpreter?
Yes, sir.
All right, can you put your name on the record or your identification?
Yes, my name is Fernando Pinto, Portuguese interpreter.
All right, Mr. Pinto, have you been sworn in today?
No, I have not.
Could you raise your right hand to be sworn in?
Yes, sir.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you're going to translate from English to Portuguese and Portuguese to English to the best of your ability, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, Mr. Portos, I have one case in front of me, Mr. Dietrich Sousa. This case number is 2021 CF1109AO.
Eu tenho caso perante mim de João Duarte de Souza, caso número 2021 CF 1109.
All right. Sir, you have been arrested on a charge of possession of cocaine and possession of heroin.
Você foi preso com a acusação de estar levando cocaína e heroína.
Eu devo responder?
Should I say something?
No, you shouldn't say anything because you have the right to remain silent.
Não, você tem o direito de permanecer calado.
Ms. Davis, does he not qualify just because you guys weren't had a chance to interview him?
He wasn't interviewed, so we can't
Ele foi
determine if he
entrevistado?
qualifies or not.
All right.
A gente não pode determinar se ele classifica para a divisão 63.
I'm going to stay your bonds as set in the amount of $2,000 and $300.
A sua fiança para você sair da prisão é de $2.300.
In the alternative, the court is amenable to releasing you on pretrial release, but you need to be interviewed first.
Você precisa ser entrevistado antes. Você pode ser liberado num pré-julgamento.
Conditions of pretrial release that you not possess any drugs or alcohol without valid prescription.
E até essa data você não pode carregar com você nenhuma droga, nenhuma parafernália.
You are subject to drug and alcohol testing at your expense.
Eles vão fazer testes aleatórios em você de álcool e de drogas.
I will give you a 30-day grace period to get whatever narcotics you may have in your system out before.
Eu vou te dar 30 dias para que você possa desintoxicar de qualquer droga ou álcool que você tenha no seu sistema.
After such time, you will be in violation of your pretrial release if you are found to have consumed any drugs or alcohol without valid prescription.
E se for determinado que você tenha isso, você vai estar em violação do seu estado atual.
Your Honor, will you be allowing him to return back to Massachusetts if
Ele
it's
pode voltar
determined
para
he qualified for
Massachusetts
pretrial release?
se ele classificar para essa divisão de liberação antes do julgamento.
I will allow him to return home with this understanding: if you violate pretrial release, that is a long bus ride from Massachusetts to Florida.
Eu permito que ele possa sair antes, mas vai ser, se ele violar esse direito, vai ser uma longa viagem de ônibus de Massachusetts para cá.
Have a great day, sir.
Tenha bom dia, senhor.
Thank you, Mr. Interpreter.
Can be dismissed, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. Have a great day.
Thank you. The same to you.
Tell me your name, ma'am.
Christiana Harwell.
All right. Ms. Hartwell, you are here in case 2021 MM 648 AO on a charge of battery domestic violence. I have reviewed the charging affidavit. In this case, I do find a probable cause for your arrest. I have a witness in the witness booth. Sir, can you tell me your name?
My name is Ahmed Luciano Diaz. Sir, I would
Mr. Diaz, could you raise your right hand and be sworn in?
Yes, sir.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, none but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Put your hand down. Mr. Diaz, can you tell me how you know Ms. Hartwell?
She's my girlfriend.
All right. And do you want to have contact with Ms. Hartwell during the course of this case?
Yeah, I want to have contact, please.
Has anything like this happened before in the past?
It was just an argument that's happened before in the past, but it's just,
okay, right.
I'm just here to apologize to you and the courts as
All
well.
right, hold on. And are you in fear of Ms. Hartwell?
No, sir, not at all.
Ms. Kennedy Swanson, do you have any questions for Mr. Diaz?
I do not, Your Honor.
Ms. George, do you have any questions for Mr. Diaz?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, the court defining probable cause for your Ms. Hartwell's arrest as to this matter. The court is going and looking at their history between the parties. The court is going to set bond in the amount of $500. We're making a condition of pretrial release. She's going to be subject with bond and pretrial release.
Sir,
Condition of pretrial release that she had no contact with this victim. She must maintain a separate residence from the victim, to not return to the scene. She may return one time with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings that she has at the location. You are to possess no weapons or firearms. Look at me. You not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You do not possess any drugs or alcohol. Any drugs, all right? Condition your pretrial release, so you'll be subject to drug and alcohol testing. I'm gonna give you 30 days to get any narcotics out of your system, but that does not include alcohol. If you test positive for alcohol, you will be back here with me. Do you understand that?
Your Honor, would the court just recommend we want to recommend straight PTR. The client's card is actually in the hotel with the victim, and she has no way to access that money.
I can't hear you. Say it again.
Her debit card, in order to bond out, is
Okay.
with the victim, and she has no money on her to bond out.
All right.
So,
Mr. Diaz, do you have that debit card with you?
No, sir. They wouldn't allow me to go in unless because her name's on the room. So I had to show up with a police officer to get my uniform to be able to get to work. But I had to call off from work today to be here. So I'm not able to retrieve anything.
I'll allow you to return to the location in the hour that you maintain a separate residence. So you can return one time with law enforcement and retrieve any personal belongings. As to straight PTR, she does not qualify as she's been charged with dangerous crime.
she does, right?
qualify, Your Honor, for pretrial release.
Not straight pretrial release. If somebody has a different reading of the statute, it says
Please, Your
cognizance
Honor.
bond or electronic monitoring or monetary bond.
Please, Your Honor, is there any way that you can just
She
allow?
can speak with her public defender.
Excuse me, sir?
There are plenty of bondsmen that do take a lot of bonds, do a lot of different work. She can sign the card over to the bondsman. She can do a whole bunch of different
We
things.
don't own a vehicle.
Not the vehicle. Not the vehicle. She said she needs a debit card. So whatever money she needs access to.
I have nothing with me. It's
Yeah.
all there. And they could, if I just had a way to get it, I could pay them tomorrow, but I don't have it on me to get out. Nor
work with the
anybody to
public
go.
defender's
I
office?
know no one.
You work with the public defender's office.
Can you ask her where
problem
they're?
in Mr. Diaz securing your bond, but he just can't have contact with you.
Okay, so
Mr. Diaz is victim. I'm sorry.
No, Your Honor.
Court found probable cause for your arrest based on the charge affidavit in this case. Going to set your bonds as follows: in amount of $250. That's with pretrial release conditions. That you have no contact with the victim. Maintain a separate residence from the victim. No weapons, no firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. All right, Mr. Herrera, do you have any questions about the no contact order?
Yes, my belongings, like my uniform and
Okay.
everything, is in
I'll
the
give you
house.
I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location.
Okay.
So follow the procedure on your paperwork. Call law enforcement first. Don't go there and then call law enforcement because they're going to arrest you.
Like
Understand
if
me?
I wait in the parking lot, I
Nope.
can't? So,
The procedure is call law enforcement from a separate location. They will instruct you on how to get to the location and what time to be there to meet the law enforcement officers. If you show up without doing that, I want to see you very soon, okay?
okay.
Have a
And I
great day.
can get my kid too?
Say again?
I could get my kid?
Your kid? That's something you have to work out with the family court. I don't know if you have any
It's not
parenting
his
plans.
kid, it's mine.
Yeah, if it's your child, then he has no right to the child,
Okay.
unless you guys are married.
Good morning.
All right, good morning. Can you tell me your name?
I'm
Tell me your name.
Oh, Laura Lumbre.
All right. Is it Lumbre?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Lumbre, you are here in case 2021 MM 671 AO on charge of battery domestic violence. Court reviewed the charging affidavit in this case and did find probable cause for your arrest. I have a witness in the witness booth. Sir, can you tell me your name?
Jonathan Estrada.
Mr. Estrada, could you raise your right hand to be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You put your hand down, sir. How do you know Ms. Lumbre?
She is my son's mother, my ex-girlfriend.
All right. You all don't live together, correctly?
We do live together.
You do live together?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you in fear of Ms. Lumbre?
No. No, sir.
I can't hear you.
No, sir.
All right. Do you want to have contact with her?
Absolutely.
Did drugs and alcohol play a part in this incident?
No, sir.
Has anything like this happened in the past?
No, sir.
Ms. Kennedy Swanson, do you have any questions for this witness?
I do not.
Ms. George?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Lumbre, I'm of course going to set your bonds as follows. Amount of $250. You want order that you have no hostile contact, Mr. Estrada. All right. So you know what no hostile contact means, Ms. Lumbre?
No arguing, fighting, anything physical?
Correct.
No, okay.
No aggressive, no threats, no PTR, just straight bond and no hostile contact. It's okay. All right, because Ms. Lumbre is going to not have any arguments with Mr. Estrada, correct?
Yes, correct.
You're going to have civilized conversations,
Yes.
even if you guys don't agree, correct?
Yes.
If you guys don't agree, what are you going to do?
Not talk to him or fight or anything.
Because you all have a child that you need to parent, but you can take a break from the conversation. You don't have to finish the conversation right there. You can wait till all cooler heads provide. Because if law enforcement is called, you're gonna be sitting here with me until your case is resolved. Okay?
Okay.
So you got that understanding, correct?
Yes, sir.
You understand each other?
Yes.
All right, have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Mr. Estrada. Tell me your name, sir.
Ray Smalls.
Mr. Smalls, you are here in case 2021 MMs 653AO on a charge of battery domestic violence. The court reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Has anybody heard from this victim?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, but they didn't plan to attend.
All right. All right, sir. I'm going to set your bond, looking at your criminal history and everything else in consideration. I'm going to set your bond amount of $1,000. Condition of your bond is you have no contact with this victim. Do you have any questions about the no contact order, Mr. Smalls?
No. But my stuff.
I'm just asking, do you understand the no contact order? I know, cover your face.
Oh.
You understand the order?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about the order itself? We'll get to your stuff in a minute.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you.
Yeah.
I'm going to order that you maintain a separate residence. I'm going to give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items that you have at the location. You understand? All right. So once again, get the speech all the time. If you don't seem to listen, don't go there, then call law enforcement because you're going to get arrested.
Right.
Follow the procedure on the paperwork. Call law enforcement first. They'll tell you how and when and what time to be there so you don't get arrested. All right?
All right.
You got to possess no weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have, and you be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours. You do not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol during the course of your release. You understand?
Yeah, I know.
All right. Have a great day, sir.
All right.
Tell me your name, sir.
Tracy Smiley.
All right. Mr. Smiley, you're here in 2020 MM8219AO on charge of battery domestic violence. The judge signing the warrant in this case has found probable cause for your arrest. I need to. This last DV battery arrest, when was it, and was it the same victim?
Come again, sir?
Not talking to PTR and Miss Kennedy Swanson.
It was in January of 2017. And same victim.
All right, sir. We're going to set your bond at the amount of $1,000 in this case. Condition of your bond is you have no contact with the victim in this case. I will strike your no return and replace it with a maintain separate residence from the victim. You do not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You do not possess any drugs or alcohol while you're out on release. You understand? All right. Mr. Smiley, you have any questions about the no contact order?
Yeah, yes,
Throw
sir.
your face in your nose. There you go.
My kids,
Your kids?
was also placed, so basically I can't see my kids.
Well, you have kids with this person?
Yes, sir. I have two.
You have a parenting plan in place?
No, sir. I'm trying to get at.
Well, are you on child support for those children?
No, sir.
Well, that's a problem because unless you all aren't married, correct?
No, sir.
So right now, you're gonna have to work it out with the family court.
All right, but I just got one more question, sir.
Yes, sir.
They were saying something about since I had an injunction filed that I had to
Yep.
get
If
my
you have
son.
an injunction, then I'll give you to follow. I'll make a condition of your release that you follow that injunction. Whoever the judge orders that in place, I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have. So
No, I
if you're-
don't.
I'm just saying, whatever. If you have something there, I'll give you a return. Just do that. But the law is not in your favor if you father a child and you don't legally become the father of that child. So you're gonna have to go to the family court to make sure that happens and you get a parenting plan put in place and possibly start paying child support for those children. All right. Have a great day, sir. Tell me your name, sir.
Marcus Snell.
Mr. Snell, you are here in case 2021 MM668 AL. You're here on the charge of battery domestic violence. You don't have contact with this victim.
Yes, but she stated she will not be able to attend, Your Honor.
Okay. The court is going to set your bond in the amount of $2,000 as to this case. Going to order that you have no contact with the victim, that you maintain a separate residence from the victim, that you do not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Do not possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Mr. Snell, do you have any questions about the no contact order?
No, sir.
You don't have any problems?
No, sir.
All right. Have a great day, sir. We'll appoint a public defender to represent you. All right, sir. Tell me your name.
Ron Williams.
Mr. Williams, you are here in case 2021 MM663 AO on a charge of battery domestic violence. Court did review the charging affidavit. I did find probable cause for your arrest as to this matter. And can somebody tell me these prior battery and DV arrests, are they the same victim?
Yeah.
Same victim, Your Honor.
When was that?
September of 2019.
Mr. Williams is going to set your bond in the amount of $1,500. We're going to make a condition in your bond that you have no contact with this victim, that you maintain a separate residence from the victim, that you possess no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'll give you a one-time with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items that you have at the location. You are to not possess any drugs or alcohol while you're out on release in this case. You understand?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions about the no contact order, sir?
No.
All right. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
Tell me your name, sir.
Keith DeMary.
Mr. DeMary, you are here in 2021 CT 744AO on a charge of driving license suspended. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, do you want to resolve Mr. DeMary's case?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. DeMary, I'm going to set your bond amount of $1,500, seeing that you're on probation in Seminole County for the same offense. In Seminole County, you had a VOP warrant for your arrest. The judge set your bond at none. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you in these cases. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Griggs. Okay. I was wondering. Tell me your name, sir.
Sir Griggs.
Mr. Griggs, you are here in case 2021 CT 745AO on a charge of driving under the influence. The court did review the charging affidavit. I did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to straight pretrial release you as to this charge. I'm going to make a condition of your pretrial release that you do not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol while you're on pretrial release. You'll be subject to drug and alcohol testing while you're on release. I'll give you a 30-day grace period to get any narcotics that you may have in your system out of your system, but the alcohol testing will resume immediately. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Have a great day, sir. All right. Tell me your name, sir. Your name.
Mark Jarrett.
Mr. Jarrett, you are here in case 2021 CT 774. Is it 7746?
746.
746 AO. And in case 2021 MM 669 AO. And it's 2021 CT 746 AO. You've been charged with driver's license suspended as a subsequent offender. And then 2021 MM 669 AO being arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia. The court's reviewed the charging affidavits in these cases. I found probable cause as to both. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, do you want to resolve the
The
cases?
adjudication of guilt, credit for time served on both cases.
Mr. Jarrett, the state of Florida is offering an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served. Is that an offer you want to take?
Oh, guilt?
The offer from the state of Florida is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served. Do you want to take that offer?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes.
All right. Raise your right hand to be sworn in. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Put your hand down, sir. Sir, you're here in 2021 CT 746 AO on a charge of driving license suspended as a subsequent offender. That is a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Yeah.
You understand?
1 year, $1,000 fine.
As the driving license suspended as a subsequent offender, those are the maximum penalties. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand.
All right. And 2021 MM 669 AO, you've been charged with possession of drug paraphernalia. That's also a first-degree misdemeanor. It's also punishable by 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to these charges?
No contest.
Do you understand by entering a plea of no contest, you'll be giving up certain constitutional rights? You understand that?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Yes. I can't hear him on it either.
Well,
either way.
if I yell at you any louder, it'd be an issue.
Yeah.
All right. Do you understand that one of those constitutional rights should be given the right to have a trial in this matter?
Yes.
In each case, you're entitled to a trial. You understand you have the right to have a attorney appointed to represent you in these cases?
Yes.
An attorney in this case can challenge the state's evidence. They can question the state's witnesses and call witnesses on your behalf. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If there was a witness that you wanted to call that did not want to appear, the court can use a subpoena power to make that witness appear. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
All right. As to the driver license suspended charge, you understand that that charge at a later date can be used against you to enhance your sentencing.
Yes. I understand that.
You understand you give the right to appeal any errors in this case except the court's jurisdiction over you and the legality of the sentence that I'm going to impose.
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes.
All right. I reviewed the charging affidavit in both cases. I do find a factual basis as to both cases. I'll start by sentencing with 2021 CT 746 AO. In that case, I'll adjudicate you guilty. I'll give you credit for the 2 days, Ms. Davis, that you spent in the Orange County Jail. I will impose court costs in that case and a cost of prosecution at $306. In 2021 MM 669 AO, the court is going to adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail. The court cost of prosecution in that case are $273. I'll combine those two costs for payment. I'll give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. Have a great day.
Thank you.
I would have charged him the money. Tell me your name, sir.
Jonathan Morrow.
Mr. Morrow, you are here in case 2021 CT 747 AO and 2021 MM 662 AO. And in the CT case, you're being charged with no valid driver's license. And in the MM case, you're being charged with possession of drug paraphernalia. The court did review the charging affidavits in these cases and did find a factual basis for your arrest. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, do you want to resolve some or all of?
The offer to resolve both cases to withhold credit for time served.
And what are we going to do with the cases he's similarly being charged with? You want to resolve everything?
And no action on the out on bond cases. I don't have any information on those.
Mr. Murray Ortiz. Yeah, because I see she has a public defender in the other case, the old cases. No, in the old cases. In the 2020 CT 150 AO. He has a public defender in those cases. Ms. George, do you want to talk to Mr. Morel Ortiz about adjudication of guilt, credit for time served in all his cases?
Ms. George, you settled.
You gotta stay the whole time.
Your Honor, we're not gonna take the state's offer today. We would just ask that you not take any action on his RR cases. Or if you do want to take action, Your Honor, we would just ask that you give him a monetary bond.
There's no objection to no action on the out on bond cases.
All right. Circling the wagon here. All right. Mr. Moreno Ortiz, do you want to take the state's offers to the cases you were arrested for today?
He's asking if you want to take the state's offer. Say no. You gotta-
No. No? All right. Court's going to stay your bonds as to this case, an amount of $500 as the driver license suspended, and I think $500 to add to your possession of drug paraphernalia. Sir, you're out on bond in case 2021 CT 150AO. As you're on ROR. Apologize. In those cases. In 2021 CT 150AO, the court's going to revoke your bonds as to that case. It's going to set your bond amount of $1,500 as to the no motor vehicle registration case. Is going to in 2021 CT 151AO. The court's going to revoke your bonds as to that case, your RR status, and set new bonds in amount of $1,500. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you in all your cases. Have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Good morning. Perez, Raul Mendes.
All right, Mr. Perez, you are here in 2019 CT 8647AO on failure to appear. The judge in that case set your bond amount of $500. Ms. Kennedy Swanson will resolve the 2019 case. And
there is no offer at this time since this would habitualize the defendant.
Say again?
There is no offer as this would habitualize the defendant.
All right. Sir, we're going to say your bond amount of $500 in this case. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case.
And no action,
I'm not
Your
taking
Honor?
it. Yeah, there's no action on other cases, just failure to appear. Can you tell me your name, sir?
My name is Andre Luis Volpato Neto, Your Honor.
Say your name again?
Volpato.
Volpato?
Volpato Neto, yes.
Mr. Volpato, you are here in case 2017 CT 1468AW on a failure to appear warrant. The judge signing your KPS set your bond at none. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, do you have an offer for this defendant?
I do not, Your Honor.
Sir, your bond remain at none until you can get in front of the judge that signed your warrant. I'll appoint a public defender to represent you in that case so we can get you in front of the judge as quickly as possible. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So we doing a regular? That's why I got to stick in a little bit. Okay. All right. All right, sir. Tell me your name.
Irvin.
Tell me your full name.
Irvin August.
Are these arraignments?
Arraignment.
All right, Angelo Jose Gudon is the first person.
What was that, Your Honor?
Angelo Jose Grulan Delgado. That's the first piece of paper I have.
He's going to be medical, Your Honor.
Okay.
Traffic arraignment?
Yep.
Your Honor,
The public defender's appointed, do you all want to waive his arraignment, or do you want to?
yeah, no, we'll waive, Your Honor, and enter a plea of not guilty.
All right, we'll accept his plea of not guilty, and we'll set his dates.
Division 80, pretrial date will be March 25th at 9 a.m. in courtroom 9C.
All right, then I had Lauren Rhodes, 2020 CT 6202AO.
She's also medical, Your Honor.
She's been appointed to public defender. Ms. George, do you want to waive her arraignment?
Yep, we'll waive, Your Honor, and enter a plea of not guilty.
Division 63, pretrial date will be February 18th at 1 p.m. in courtroom 12C.
Then I had Lisa Smith, 2021 CT 480AO.
Also medical.
And she's appointed public defender. Ms. George, do you want to waive her arraignment?
Yep, we'll waive, Your Honor, enter a plea of not guilty.
Pretrial date will be Division 84, March 15th at 10 o'clock in courtroom 4B.
I have 2021 CT 485AO, Miss Molly Wilson.
Medical.
We'll waive, Your Honor, and enter a plea of not guilty.
Her next dates will be?
Pretrial date will be in Division 80, March 25th at 9 o'clock in courtroom 9C.
I had Irving Austin.
He's right here.
2020 MM 9221AO. This looks like the PDs are appointed.
Can I have a moment, Your Honor?
Yep.
All right, Your Honor, I went over the offer with my client, and he wants to accept the state's offer of an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, no return. I think it's court costs, and $80 to Orlando Police Department. Is that right, Ms. Swanson?
May I have 1 second?
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So we're going to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
Is this 8-0 even?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Irvin Augustine, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Best you can. Yeah, best you can. Yeah, there you go. Boom, perfect. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Put your hand down, sir. Tell me your name one more time.
Irvin August.
Is it Lewis? August?
Yes, sir.
Okay. My hearing's going bad up here. Sir, you're here in 2020 MM 9221AO on 2 counts of information. The first count is paid theft with a prior theft conviction, and then count 2 is trespass in an occupied structure. Both of those are first-degree misdemeanors. Both of those are punishable by 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine each. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
As I'm speaking with Ms. George, she tells me that you want to enter a plea of no contest. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You understand by entering a plea of no contest, you give the right to have a trial in this matter.
What's the trial?
A trial is when we impanel members of the community to determine whether you are guilty of the crime that you're being charged with.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Do you understand you give the right to have Ms. George represent you at that trial?
Yes, sir.
At that trial, Ms. George can challenge the state's evidence. She can question the state's witnesses and call witnesses on your behalf. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If there's a witness you wanted to call that did not want to appear, the court can use a subpoena power to make that witness appear. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Sir, do you understand that count one of this information, if found guilty, if you accept this plea, can be used at a later date to enhance your sentencing? Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand you're waiving your right to appeal anything in this case except the court's jurisdiction over you and the legality of the sentence I'm going to impose. So whether the court has power over you and whether the sentence I'm going to impose is legal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
Have anybody what?
Has anybody forced you or made you do this?
No, sir.
Do you understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation?
Yes, sir.
The party stipulating to a factual basis as to this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. George?
Yes, Your Honor.
Based on that stipulation, the court is going to find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I will accept your plea of no contest in this matter. I'll find that your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'll adjudicate you guilty as to both counts of the information in this case. I'll give you credit for the 30 days that you spent in Orange County Jail with 30 days credit time served as each count. I will impose an $80 cost of investigation into the Orlando Police Department. The court costs and costs of prosecution in this case are $273. There's a $50 public defender application fee and a $50 public defender lien for a total of $373 plus the $80. I will make all those costs payable directly to the clerk within 1 year of today's date. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Have a great day, sir. Tell me your name, sir.
Ruben Davila Garcia.
All right, I had so Joseph Bellat, 2019 CO 44AA. So he's next. All right. This is all right. I'll bring him to the front then. This is Estevan. Was this Ruben Estevan?
Yeah.
Okay. Davila Garcia. All right. Sir, you're here in 2021 MM629AO. You're being charged by information with the crime of resisting an officer without violence. That is a first-degree misdemeanor punishable by 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. The public defender's office is appointed to represent Mr. Davila Garcia. You would enter a plea on behalf of your client, or did you all have a deal that you all worked out?
No, Your Honor. We're going to enter a plea of not guilty.
All right, sir, I'll accept your plea of not guilty, and I'll set your future court dates as
Division 85 will be your pretrial date March 8th at 9 o'clock in courtroom 4A.
All right. Have a great day, sir. All right. Tell me your name, sir.
Lauren Joseph Violetti. So,
All right, Mr. Ballet, you are here in 2019 CO 44AA. Charge of solicitation of funds without a permit in a roadway. That is a second-degree misdemeanor punishable by 60 days in a county jail and a $500 fine. Ms. George, it seems the PDs represent Mr. Bellat. Is an offer to resolve this soliciting case.
Just this moment, Your Honor. Your Honor, we're going to accept the state's offer of an adjudication of guilt and credit for time served and enter a plea of no contest.
All right, Mr. Bellat, is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
You can raise your right hand and be sworn in. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You put your hand down. Tell me your name one more time.
Lauren Joseph Violetti, sir.
All right, Mr. Ballard, you are here in 2019 CO 44AA on charge of solicitation of funds in a public roadway without a permit. That is a second-degree misdemeanor, punishable by 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
It's my understanding that you want to enter a plea of no contest in this matter. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
You understand by entering a plea of no contest, you give up certain constitutional rights. The first one is that you give up the right to have a trial.
Yes, sir.
You're saying you give up the right to have Ms. George represent you at a trial.
Yes, sir.
At that trial, Ms. George can challenge the state's evidence. She can question the state's witnesses and call witnesses on your behalf. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If there was a witness that you wanted to call did not want to come to court, the court can use a subpoena power to make that witness appear. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You understand you're waiving your right to appeal any errors in this case except the court's jurisdiction over you and whether the court has sentenced you legally. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. My bad.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir.
In the party stipulating to a factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Based on that stipulation, the court's going to find a factual basis to enter your plea. I'm going to accept your plea of no contest in this matter. Find that it's freely and voluntarily entered. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'll give you 4 days that you spent in Orange County Jail with 4 days credit time served. The court cost of prosecution in this case are $273. There is a $50 public defender application fee, $50 public defender lien.
Yes, sir.
I will make all those costs payable directly to the clerk within 1 year of today's date. You understand?
Yes, sir.
You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. Have a great day, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I'm supposed to do that to you. I tossed it.
No, that's fine.
Tell me your name, sir.
Ashton Gacho.
I can't hear you.
Ashton Gacho.
Gacho? Cyrus Brown? Or Lamar Cyrus
Medical,
Brown?
Your Honor.
All right. That's case 2021 MO61AO. He's been appointed the public defender. Ms. George, what do you want to do with Mr. Brown?
We'll waive, Your Honor, and enter plea not guilty.
All right, we'll waive Mr. Brown's arraignment in this case, and we'll set him for a pretrial conference on
Division 81, February 12th at 9 o'clock in courtroom 4E.
All right. Now, you say your name again now?
Ashton Gacho.
All right, Mr. Kacha, you are here in case 2021 MM672AO on charge of trespass on property after warning. I did review the charging affidavit, found probable cause for your arrest. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, is there an offer for Mr. Cacho?
Adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, no return.
Mr. Cacho, the state of Florida is offering you an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and asking me to order you not to return to the location. Is that an offer you want to accept?
Yes, I do.
Can you raise your right hand to be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, put your hand down, sir. Tell me your name one more time.
Ashton Gacho.
Mr. Cacho, you are here in 2021 MM672AO on charge of trespass on property after warning. That is a first-degree misdemeanor. That is a punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to that charge at this time?
I'm pleading guilty.
Do you understand by entering a plea of guilty, you're going to be waiving certain constitutional rights?
Yes.
Do you understand that one of those rights is for you to give the right to have a trial?
Yep.
Do you understand you have the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you at a trial?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No, I'm not.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, I did not.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yep.
I reviewed the charging affidavit. I did find factual basis for the entering of your plea. I accept your plea of guilty in this charge. This case, I'm sorry, find that your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'll adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'll give you credit for the 2 days, Ms. Davis,
Yes, Your Honor.
that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. The court cost of prosecution in this case of $273. I'll make those costs payable directly to the clerk within 1 year of today's date. Do you understand?
Okay.
You have 1 year to pay these costs directly to the clerk.
All right, Your Honor.
All right? You owe money to the clerk for this case. You got 1 year to make that payment.
All right.
You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. Have a great day, sir.
Okay.
That's it. Have a great day. Tell me your name, sir.
Lena Garcia Santiago.
All right. This is Garcia Santiago.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Garcia Santiago, you're here in case 2021 MM33AA on charge of trespassing in structure or conveyance. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, is there an offer for Mr. Garcia Santiago?
There is no offer, but no objection and no action on the out on bond.
All right, Mr. Garcia Santiago, I did find probable cause for your arrest as to this matter. I'm going to state your bonds as set in this matter. And on the state's request, I'm not going to take any action on your out on bond case. All right, have a great day, sir. Oh, sorry, report the public defender represent Mr. Santiago Garcia Santiago. All right. Tell me your name, sir.
For the record, I'm Christian Joseph.
Mr. Joseph, you are here in case 2021 MM652AO on charge of trespass. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I do find probable cause for your arrest. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, is there an offer for Mr. Joseph to consider this afternoon, this morning?
Adjudication of guilt, credit for time served of 2 days, no return, and no objection, no action on the out on bond case.
All right. Mr. Joseph, is that an offer you want to take today?
You said don't return?
Yeah, don't go back to where you've been trespassed.
Okay.
It's an adjudication of guilt, credit time served. Is that an offer you want to take?
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, can you
So
raise
I
your...
mean I'll get released today?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You want to raise your right hand to be sworn in?
Sworn in.
Raise your right hand to be sworn in. There it is. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
You put your hand down. Tell me your name one more time.
For the record, I'm Christian Joseph.
All right. Mr. Joseph, you are here in case 2021 MM652AO on charge of trespass. That's a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Yes, sir.
All right, you got to answer me out loud because... yeah, that's fine. The court reporter got to yell a little bit.
All right.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to the charge of trespass?
No contest?
All right. You understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to give up certain constitutional rights. One of those rights is you have the right to have a trial. Do you understand that?
Can you repeat it one more time? It's kind of low.
You understand you give up the right to have a trial?
To have a trial?
Yeah, you're giving up that right.
All right. So, I mean, if I... All right, for record.
Yes.
If I plead guilty, I get to go home today, or
Yes.
no contest, I go to home today?
Correct.
All right. Because I have a funeral to attend to. I just wanted to resolve the situation today.
That's what we're trying to do. But
all right.
I got to go over your rights with you.
Okay.
One of those rights is you give up the right to have a trial. You understand that?
Yeah.
You understand you give up the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you at a trial.
Confirm.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this
Coerced?
plea?
Nah.
Okay.
No, sir.
All
No, I haven't been coerced.
right. All right. Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
Nah. No, sir.
All right. You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
All right. Yes, sir.
All right. All right, I reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I did find a probable cause for your arrest. I mean, sorry, a factual basis for your arrest and your plea in this case. My goodness. I'll accept your plea of no contest. I'll adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I give you credit for the 2 days, Mr. Davis,
Yes, Your Honor.
that you spent in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days credit time served. I will impose the court cause and cost of prosecution on $273 in this case. I'll make that payment payable directly to the clerk within 1 year of today's date.
Okay, that's fair.
I ordered you not return to the location of this offense. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment, sentence, in writing. Have a great day, sir.
All right, have a great one.
And no
And
action.
no action on the out of bond case. Oh yeah, good. I was wondering. I was going to ask you. This Kenny sponsor ran my mind. Sir, tell me your name.
Eric Paris.
All right. Well, this is. Let's deal with Portia. Is it Nelson?
Funded, Your Honor.
15,000, no process. No information.
No
I'm sorry.
information. Well, no information has been filed in her case, so she may want to get her money back.
Take cash, get it back.
Hope she paid cash. Hope she did, so you get her money back. All right, sir, tell me your name again.
Eric Paris.
Mr. Paris, you are here in case 2021 MM20AE on charge of trespass after warning in a conveyance. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I do find probable cause for your arrest.
Yeah, for the adjudication of guilt, credit for time served of 2 days, no return.
All right, Mr. Paris, the state of Florida is offering you an adjudication of guilt, credit time served. Is that an offer you want to take today?
Just one thing, Your Honor. I was under the impression that the trespassers for a year is usually the process or whatever. I'm from Massachusetts, so I didn't intend to violate. So
Yeah, that's fine. I don't want to talk about the facts of your case. The question is whether you want to resolve your case or not. If you don't want to resolve your case, that's fine. We'll talk about your release conditions and we'll get your case moving forward.
yeah, I'll prefer to do that then.
Did you want to resolve it or did you just want to be bond? You want to get your bonds and release conditions?
Yeah.
Which one?
What kind of release conditions?
All right. Mr. Paris, do you have a phone?
Yeah.
All right. You have minutes on your phone, or is the phone on? Does it work?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. Conditions of your release: do not return to the UCF or any of their properties. That you maintain contact with your attorney. You don't miss any of your court dates. You understand me?
All right then. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Well, listen now. You need to contact your attorney at least twice a month. Okay, so you either go by the public defender's office or call them, make contact with them twice a month. You're gonna sign for a court date when you leave here today. Don't miss your court date, because if you do, the judge is gonna send some people in green uniforms to come looking for you. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
Tell me your name, ma'am.
Nikita Ward.
The offer of adjudication of guilt, credit for time served of 2 days, no return.
All right. There's no action on her ag assault case.
Correct, Your Honor.
Is the felony case filed on? Well, let me call the case first. Ma'am, tell me your name.
Nikita.
Thank you, Ms. Ward. Nikita Ward?
Yes.
All right. Ma'am, you're here in 2021 MM 665 AO on charge of trespass after warning. The court did review the charging affidavit, did find probable cause for your arrest. The state of Florida is offering you an adjudication of guilt, credit time served. And Ms. Kennedy Swanson, you were going to tell me about the felony case was it filed on?
Yes, it has a trial, pre-trial March 16th.
Okay.
My case on.
And wouldn't have to be the same location, would it? Of the
Location.
Jurgen Gardens, I guess apartment complex here.
May have another moment to see where they're at. This was at the, it gives me an address, it does not tell me,
Okay.
excuse me, address.
And what's the victim's name in that case?
I'm sorry, that's the Windsor Cove Apartments.
Yep. And then what's the victim's name?
The victim on that case is,
My charges gonna drop.
last name is Ward.
I just got a two deposition and they dropped the charges.
All right.
Can I get out tomorrow? Or today?
Your Honor, are you going to take any action on her out on bond case if she accepts the offer today?
My thoughts initially, after reading this affidavit, was that I was going to no bond her, but Ms. Swanson is kind of talking me into, Kennedy Swanson is talking me into, I was going to give her, resetting her bonds. I was going to double her bonds.
Okay, she's going to accept the offer, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Now put your hand down, ma'am. Tell me your name one more time.
Nikita Ward.
Ms. Ward, you are here in case 2021 MM 665 AO on charge of trespass on property after warning. That is a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand that if you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to that charge?
No contest.
You understand by entering a plea of no contest to that charge that you give up the right to have a trial in this matter?
Say that again, sir?
You understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to give up the right to have a trial?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you give them the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you at that trial?
Yes, sir.
At that trial, your attorney can challenge the state's evidence. She can question the state's witnesses and call witnesses on your behalf. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If there was a witness you wanted to call that you didn't want to appear, the court can use subpoena power to make that witness appear. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You understand you give up the right to appeal any errors in this case, except the court's jurisdiction over you and whether the sentence I'm going to impose is legal.
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You know what I'm saying about entering this plea? You know what I'm saying about entering this plea? If you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir.
Court has found, after reading the charging affidavit, does find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I accept your plea of no contest, find that your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I will adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you spent at the Orange County Jail. I order that you not return to the location where this incident happened. Impose court cost of prosecution amount of $273. You have 30 days to appeal your judgment and sentence in this case, but it has to be in writing. You're out on bond in case 2020 CF 10984AO on charges of aggravated assault and battery domestic violence. The court is going to set your bonds in that, going to revoke your bonds as to that matter. Going to set new bonds in the amount of $1,000 as, sorry, $2,000, sorry, $1,000 as count one. Sorry, $1,200 as count one and $1,000 as count two. Conditions of those bonds that you have no contact with the victim in that case. You maintain a separate residence from that victim. You possess no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You listen to me? Hold on.
Yes.
Hello? You understand the no contact? What I mean by no contact, right?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, she
You
said
possess
she's...
no weapons or firearms in that matter. I mean, no drugs or alcohol. You must possess or consume no drugs or alcohol. Go ahead,
she
Ms.
said
George.
she only bonded on one charge. I don't have the document in front of me.
I saw a bond of $1,100.
She bonded on both.
Okay. So the new bond was $1,200?
It's $1,200 on count one and $1,000 is count two.
Okay.
Conditions of the bonds, no contact.
That's how much I got.
Maintain a separate residence, no weapons, no firearms, and weapons or firearms he has need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription.
How to pay this for me?
All right?
Yes, sir.
Did she already sign a no contact order in the other case? The original. Yes. All right. All right, you got any questions about the no contact order that she signed?
No, sir.
All right, have a great day, ma'am. Oh, sorry. She has 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk. Tell me your name, sir.
David Osborne.
Mr. Osborne, you are here in 2015 MM 5423AO on a failure to appear. The judge signing your warrant says your bond at $2,000. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, is there an offer for Mr. Osborne?
Adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, no return.
Mr. Osborne, the state of Florida is offering an adjudication of guilt, credit time served to resolve this case today. Do you want to take that offer?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand to be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, none but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Put your hand down. There you go. Tell me your name one more time.
David Osborne.
Mr. Osborne, you're here in 2015 MM 5423AO on a charge of trespass on property other than a structure or conveyance. That is a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You told me that you want to enter a plea based on the offer presented to you. Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest?
No contest.
You understand by entering a plea of no contest, you give up the right to have a trial in this matter.
Yes, sir.
I can't hear you.
I mean, yes, sir. I mean, I don't understand what you mean.
Well, if you're entering a plea, you're going to give up certain constitutional rights. One of them is the right to have a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you also give the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you at a trial.
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You understand if you're not a United States citizen, entering this plea could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir.
All right. You all have a factual basis you want to stipulate to?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Based on stipulation, the court's going to find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I want to accept your plea of no contest, find it as freely and voluntarily entered. I want to adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'm going to give you credit for the 3 days that you spent in Orange County Jail with 3 days credit time served. There's court costs and costs of prosecution in this case, an amount of $273. I want to order that you pay those costs directly to the clerk within 1 year of today's date. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Hector Luis Roman Diaz.
All right, Mr. Roman Diaz, you are here in 2020 MM 4799AO on a failure to appear warrant. That warrant sets your bond at an amount of $2,000.
The offer to resolve is adjudication of guilt, credit for time served. No return, cost investigation of $75 to the Orlando Police Department.
Mr. Roman Diaz, do you want to take that offer from the state of Florida of an adjudication of guilt, credit time served? There's cost of investigation of $75 and court cost of prosecution. You want to take that offer?
Yes.
Okay. Can you raise your right hand and be sworn? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? I can't hear you.
Yes.
All right, put your hand down. Tell me your name one more time.
Hector Luis Roman Diaz.
Mr. Roman Diaz, you're here in 2020 MM 4799AO on a failure for a charge of petty theft. That is a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 60 days in the county jail and $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You told me you want to resolve your case with a plea. Do you want to plead guilty or no contest?
I don't know.
Do you want to plead guilty or no contest? It's up to you. Guilty
No
saying
contest.
I did it? Say again?
No contact.
You understand that by pleading no contest, you're going to give up certain constitutional rights?
The what?
You understand by pleading no contest, you're going to give up certain constitutional rights?
I don't understand too much English.
He doesn't speak, yeah.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Laura Bretaña, Spanish interpreter. The interpreter has already been sworn.
I am here, this is Judge Bain at the BRC. I have a defendant, Mr. Hector Luis Roman Diaz, that needs your assistance. He has the headsets on. His case number is 2020 MM 4799AO.
4799.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please allow me to connect.
Sí.
There is contact, Your Honor.
Sir, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Sí.
Yes.
Put your hand down, sir. Can you state your name one more time?
Hector Luis Roman Diaz.
Hector Luis Roman Diaz.
Mr. Roman Diaz, you are here in case 2020 MM 4799AO for a charge of petty theft. That's a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Sí.
Yes.
The state of Florida made you an offer that includes an adjudication of guilt. There's credit for time served. There's a $75 cost of investigation to Orlando Police Department. There's court costs and cost of prosecution. And the judge, they're going to ask me to order you not to return to the scene of this location. Is that an offer you still want to accept today?
Sí.
Yes.
You understand that entering a plea in this case, that the court adjudicates you guilty, that this plea can be used at a later date to enhance your sentencing for a similar crime.
Sí.
Yes.
All right. Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to these charges?
Culpable.
Guilty.
All right. You understand by entering a plea of guilty to this case, you're giving up certain constitutional rights. One of those rights is that you're giving up the right to have a trial in this matter. Do you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
You're saying you have the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you at a trial.
Sí.
Yes.
At that trial, your attorney could challenge the state's evidence. They can question the state's witnesses and call witnesses on your behalf. Do you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
If there was a witness you wanted to call that you that you wanted to appear, the court could use a subpoena power to make that witness appear. Do you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No.
No.
You understand you're waiving your right to appeal any errors in this case except the court's jurisdiction over you and whether the sentence I'm going to impose is legal.
Sí.
Yes.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No.
No.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you in this plea?
No.
No.
You understand if you're not a United States citizen, entering this plea could subject you to deportation.
Sí.
Yes.
Ms. Swanson, you agreeing as a factual basis for the entering of his plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Kennedy Swanson, I'm killing myself. Sir, the court is going to find there's a factual basis for your plea. I'm going to accept your plea of guilty to this charge. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'm going to give you credit for the
100 days.
100 days. No, I'll give you credit for 60 days. The 60 days credit time served in this case. I'm going to impose a $75 cost of investigation to the Orlando Police Department. I'm going to impose court cost of prosecution amount of $273. I'm going to make all those costs payable directly to the clerk within 1 year of today's date. I'm going to, well, say, sir, you understand? Sir, you have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment, sentence, and writing. Do you understand that?
Hey.
And you know,
Yes.
order that you do not return to the scene of this location.
Okay.
Okay.
Have a great day, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can you tell me your name, sir? Oh, sorry, Madam Interpreter, that was my last case. Thank you for your help.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Tell me your name, sir.
Lucas Kelsey, Your Honor.
Mr. Kelsey, you are here in case 2017 MM 5339AO for violation of probation. The Judge signing your warrant, set your bond at none. Your bond will remain at none until you can get in front of that judge. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. Have a great day, sir.
I have an attorney.
You have your own attorney? All right. You already signed them up?
Yep.
All right.
I turned myself in and paid him before I turned myself in.
All right. Then I want to appoint the public defender to represent you.
Your Honor, was he going to enter a denial for the recommendation from the probation office?
I don't know. What was the recommendation?
They
All
just
I
have
had
to
was
get a court date quicker versus sitting in here at no bond longer.
Oh. Well, his attorney's not here, so that's the problem. Sir, who is your attorney?
Michael Nielsen. He said, when I spoke to him yesterday, he said with the COVID, he didn't know if they were going to release me. So he was going to wait to see what happened today, but he's already been retained and paid for.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, you should call him immediately. I can't let you enter an admission or a denial without, your attorney present because you're entitled to counsel. So call him immediately. Maybe you can file a denial, get you in front of the judge as soon as possible.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, have a great day, sir.
You too.
All right, sir, tell me your name.
Ricky Henley.
Mr. Henley, you're here in case 2021 MO141 for a violation of the city ordinance or disorderly conduct. The court has reviewed the charging affidavit, found probable cause for your arrest. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, is there an offer from the state of Florida?
The offer on behalf of the city is a withhold of adjudication, credit for time served.
Sir, the offer from the city is adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and an offer you want to take to... Withhold. A withhold of adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and an offer you want to take?
I'm sorry, Judge. I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing.
The offer from the city is a withhold of adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and an offer you want to take?
Yes, sir.
All right, you want to raise your right hand to be sworn in?
Yes, sir.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir, I do.
Put your hand on down. Sir, can you tell me your name one more time?
Ricky Henley.
Mr. Henley, you're here in 2021 MO141 AO on a charge of disorderly conduct. That's a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to the charge?
No contest.
Yes,
Right.
no.
No contest?
No contest, Your
All
Honor.
right. You understand? By entering a plea of no contest, you give up certain rights. One of those rights is to get a right to go to trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand? You give up the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you at a trial.
Yes, sir.
At that trial, the attorney can challenge the state's evidence, question the state's witnesses, call witnesses on your behalf. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol?
No, Your Honor.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
Yes, sir.
What was that mental health illness?
I suffer, Your Honor, from situational depression and bipolar.
Okay. Are you suffering from any of those mental health illnesses right now?
No, I've been taking my medication and getting enough rest, so I'm doing all right.
All right. You think you were able to understand what's going on today?
Yes, sir.
All right. Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir.
I reviewed the charging affidavit of this case. I do find a factual basis for entering your plea. I accept your plea of no contest to the charges, and I will withhold adjudication of guilt. I'll give you credit for the
2 days.
2 days that you spent in Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served, and I will impose court cost of prosecution amount of $273. I'll make those that payment due within 1 year of today's date. You
Yes, sir.
understand? You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment, sentence, in writing. Have a great day, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, tell me your name.
Donald R. Hilton.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 MO142 AO on a charge of an open container. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I do find probable cause for your arrest. Ms. Kennedy Swanson is an offer for Mr. Hilton.
The offer is a withhold of adjudication, on behalf of the city, is a withhold of adjudication, credit for time served.
Mr. Hilton, the city is offering you a withhold of adjudication and guilt credit time served. Is an offer you want to take?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand to be sworn in?
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Absolutely, sir.
Put your hand down. Tell me your name one more time.
Donald R. Hilton.
Mr. Hilton, you're here in 2021 MO142 AO on a charge of open container. That's a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You tell me you want to enter a plea in this case. What you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest?
I don't.
Contest.
No contest?
You understand what if you enter a plea of no contest, you give up certain constitutional rights.
Yes.
You understand one of those rights is to have the right to have a trial.
Yeah.
You understand you have the right to have an attorney represent you at a trial.
Right.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You understand about entering this plea if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir.
I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I do find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I'll accept your plea of no contest to the matter. I'll withhold adjudication of guilt. I will give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days credit time served. I'll impose court costs and costs of prosecution amount of $273. Those costs are payable directly to the clerk within 1 year of today's date. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Can you tell me your name, sir?
Stephen McCarter.
Mr. McCarter, you're here in case 2021 MO143 AO on charge of disorderly conduct. I did review the charging affidavit, found probable cause for the arrest. Ms. Kennedy Swanson is there an offer for Mr. McCarter?
Yes, on behalf of the city, it's a withhold of adjudication, credit for time served.
Mr. McCarter, the city is offering you a withhold of adjudication and guilt credit time served, an offer you want to take today.
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Tell me your name one more time.
Stephen McCarter.
Mr. McCarter, you're here in 2021 MO134 AO on charge of disorderly conduct. That's a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You told me that you want to enter a plea in this case. What plea do you want to enter, guilty or no contest?
No contest.
No contest?
You understand by entering a plea of no contest to these charges, you have the right to have a trial?
Yes, sir.
You understand you have the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you at a trial?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir.
I reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I do find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I will accept your plea of, accept your plea of no contest in this matter. I'll withhold findings freely and voluntarily entered. I'll withhold adjudication of guilt. I will impose 2 days in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. There's $273 in court costs and costs of prosecution. I make those payments payable directly to the clerk within 1 year of today's date. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment sentence in writing. All right, have a great day, sir.
do those? You can put them there. See you this afternoon. All right, guys. I can shred all these.
All right, does anybody have anything else for the better of the order?
No, Your Honor.
No, you're in.
All right, Judge Gibson will start, I think at 1. 1:30?
1:30.
All right, 1:30, Judge Gibson.
You all ready? I'm ready.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hold on.
Let's rock and roll. It is January 28th, 2021, 1:33. We're ready to get started. If the attorneys can announce their appearance for the record.
Copy Kennedy Swans on behalf of the Office of State Attorney.
Letitia George on behalf of the Office of the Public Defender.
Timothy Bertram is mental health.
All right. That's case number 21CF1088AO. The charge is trespass on a designated construction site. I'll appoint the public defender to represent him.
We'll waive, Your Honor.
All right. There is probable cause, and his bond is $500. Sir, please tell me your name.
Bronson Douglas.
All right, you're here, sir, on several warrants, it looks like. You have in case number 21CF1081AO, a warrant for your arrest for burglary of a structure, criminal mischief, and petty theft. Your bond amounts are $5,000, $1,000, and $500. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the only one you're here on. I was wrong. All right, I'm going to change that bond. However, I'll leave count 1 at $5,000. Count 2 will be $150 and count 3 will be $150. If you are able to post bond, you're not allowed to return to the scene or have contact with any victims. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Susanna Diaz Rodriguez is medical.
21CF1105AO, charged with aggravated assault. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent her.
We'll waive, Your Honor.
All right, I do find there's probable cause. Her bond is $1,500. She's not allowed to have contact with the victim. Not allowed to possess a weapon or firearm or ammunition. All right, next, please tell me your name.
Arturo Fierro.
All right, good afternoon, sir. You're here today on a warrant for lewd and lascivious molestation. And I'm going to ask the prosecutor, what degree felony is that?
I believe this is a second-degree felony.
Does the age of the victim matter?
May I have 1 second?
All right.
I think just the victim is not under 12. That makes it.
It's a second degree.
I think the victim is 12 to 15.
Yes, because the victim is not less than 12. Is what
Okay,
makes it
so,
not
all right. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you unless, do you have an attorney of your own?
I do.
Okay, then I'm not appointing the public defender. Who's your lawyer?
I gotta get the name of my mom. I have to call my mother.
Okay, all right. Sir, you're not allowed to have any contact with the victim in this case, including while you're in custody. What that means is you also can't send a message through a third party or any electronic communication. Do you understand?
Yes.
Then when you bond out, you are also not allowed to have any contact with the victim of any kind.
Yes, ma'am.
You're also not allowed to have unsupervised contact with any minors. Does the state have any other conditions they would request for bond?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Is there a bond?
Oh, your bond. I'm sorry. Your bond is going to be $20,000, sir. Good luck. Oh, and you're not allowed to return to the scene either. Do you understand what that means?
My house?
Is that where this happened?
I guess so. I don't remember it, so.
All right, then no, you're not allowed to return there. I'm going to order that you maintain a separate residence. Do you need to go there to gather belongings?
I can have my wife grab it. I go to my mother's house.
Okay, so you don't need to go there at all. You're not allowed to return there. I'm ordering that you maintain a separate residence.
Okay.
All right, good luck. Thank you. Please tell me your name.
Lisa Kalechi Njoku, Your Honor.
All right, good afternoon, ma'am. You're here in case number 21 CF 1106AO, charged with grand theft of a motor vehicle. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you.
No, I asked to speak on my own behalf, my dear.
You don't want a lawyer?
I asked to speak on my own behalf.
All right, so let me explain to you what's happening at this hearing. This is not a trial or an evidentiary hearing. The purpose of court today is for me to explain to you why you're here, the charges that you were arrested on. I'm going to set a bond for you and give you bond conditions.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There's no evidence being presented today. Do you
Thank you, Your
understand?
Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, but you don't want me to appoint the public defender?
No, Your Honor, because I can speak for myself.
Even after this hearing, you don't want an attorney to represent you?
Yes, Your Honor. No attorney, because I can speak for myself, Your Honor, with all due respect.
You have the right to represent yourself, absolutely. All right, at this time, then I will not appoint the public defender.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Like I said, it's grand theft of a motor vehicle. Your bond amount is $1,000. If you're able to bond out, you're not allowed to have contact with the victim.
Yes, Your Honor.
Or the co-defendant in this case.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, ma'am.
Thank you, My Honor.
Please tell me your name.
So, Tony Stanley.
You're here in case number 2019 CF 6531AO. You have a capias issued for failing to appear for a battery charge and trespass on property other than a structure.
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to tell you I was in court and I just
Hold on one second.
I would suggest you not speak about the facts of the case.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I was in court or whatever, and I talked to my lawyer, and Judge Roach said we were free to walk outside. I walked outside with my lawyer, and my lawyer went ahead and told me that they were going to drop the charges because the case has been open for 2 years, and I never touched the guy. I asked for suppression of evidence and everything to go to trial. He said, don't worry, just go home, just wait for a police escort. I told him I wasn't feeling well earlier that day because I was having trouble breathing. And when I was having trouble breathing and stuff, forever, I went to the doctors and left before the police escort because I was having trouble in the courthouse. And then I looked on the computer a week later, and they said I had failure to appear.
Yeah, so the judge issued a capias for your arrest, and she did not authorize bond, and I cannot change that today at this hearing.
Okay, so I'm getting a failure to appear for appearing in court pretty much because my lawyer said I was free to go.
A judge issued a capias for your failing to appear for a hearing in their courtroom.
I know, but I appeared in court. If you
Okay.
go look at the cameras, how do I get an FTA when my lawyer said I was good to
Sir,
go?
I don't have access to the cameras. I can tell you what's here.
Okay, this is an illegal incarceration then.
Sir, another judge issued a capias for your arrest.
Yeah, but
So,
I'm telling
at
you
this
this. How
time-
do I get a failure to appear if I appeared in court? And on top of it, you keep having
Sir?
me do mental
Sir?
health for military corruption that I don't
Sir?
have to.
Please stop talking.
Well,
listen
I'm
to
not
what I'm
mental
telling
health. I have to leave.
I need you
have
to
go
listen
home
to
and
what
go
I'm
back to
telling.
work.
If you don't listen to what I'm telling you, they're going to take you out of the courtroom.
I
Do you
know
want to
they're
hear
gonna
what?
take me out. I'm
Do you want to
asking
hear what I have
nicely.
to say?
Let's hear what you have to say since this is illegal.
Okay. There was a capias issued for your arrest. The judge who signed the capias did not authorize bond.
Okay, you
I
have
cannot
Black Panthers
change
that killed my aunt
Okay,
in the
take it
heroin
out.
epidemic. Okay, so you
I'm
just
done with that.
For the record, there are competency issues that I see in our email exchange with
Okay.
the public defender's office.
So he has the public defender representing him?
Yes, at some point he was committed. Look, there was an order of commitment to DCF signed in August. I'm sorry, that was signed January the 21st.
All
There was
right,
an order
well-
of commitment to DCF.
Then I don't need to appoint the public defender. You're already
Correct.
appointed. All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Oh, please tell me your name.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Brian Wassilenko.
All right. You are here today in several cases.
Can they be handled in this county? All of them?
No, sir. in case number 21 CF 110180, there's a, nope, this is the grand theft. In this case, I do find probable cause exists for your arrest. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in that case.
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $1,000. If you are able to bond out, you're not allowed to return to the scene or have contact with any victim or witness in that case. You're also here in 2018, hold on, let me tell you all the cases. 2018 CF 3969A.
Okay.
It's an out-of-county warrant. Your bond amount on that warrant, it looks like it's $1,000.
I'm sorry, which case was that, Your Honor?
18 CF 3969.
I believe it stated it was 5,000.
Oh, I see it right here. It's $5,000. That's correct. So your bond on that count is $5,000. 2018 MM 3091. It's an out-of-county warrant on a larceny petty theft. Your bond amount is $75. In case number 2018 MM 3127, it's another out-of-county warrant for petty theft for failing to appear on a petty theft charge. Your bond is $75. 2018 MM 2562, another out-of-county warrant for a failing to appear on a larceny. Your bond is $75. And 18 MM 3126. It's another out-of-county warrant failing to appear on another petty theft charge, and your bond on that is $75.
May I, Your Honor, speak?
Hold on one second. You also have 2020 CF 14541AO, for which you are already represented by the Office of the Public Defender. Looks like you were ROR'd for arson and criminal mischief. Can the state clarify if information has been filed?
In the 2020 CF 14451, we've not made a charging decision, Your Honor. That arrest was December the 7th. It looks like we're still waiting on information.
Okay, so I'll take no action in that case. Yes, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to request for this case in Orange County for the grand larceny. I admit complete.
I would suggest you do not state any of the facts on the record. The state's not making any offers to settle your case today. All we're doing is giving you bonds, so I would suggest you not say anything on the record about the facts of the case.
Yes,
They're not
ma'am.
going to do it.
Thank you for your protection and your counsel.
Sir, I understand what you're trying to do, and I read the report, and in the report, the law enforcement officer said that you were very cooperative, and so I understand that that's what you're trying to do here today, but let me be sure that you understand, everything you say here is on the record and can be used against you later, and you can't admit guilt today and be sentenced today for that charge. I can't accept a plea today. So
Yes, ma'am.
at this hearing, the only thing I'm doing is advising you of the charges and telling you what your bond is. So I appreciate that you are trying to be cooperative, but I think at this time,
Your
you might
Honor.
want to listen to your attorney's advice.
Yes. May I say something else?
Yes, sir.
If I have the time to say so. I would like to request, because I have no contact with family due to a relapse, I'm in desperate need to get back to Alachua County for dual diagnosis rehabilitation treatment to the Honor Center and the domiciliary there as well. I would like to request to handle this case as soon as I can. I'd like to request an ROR and transfer to Alachua County to handle the case, and the PTI, of which I have a $5,000 bond on, that I missed due to psychiatric treatment for intake of cannabis that was laced with K2 and LSD.
Does anyone know if Alachua is transporting? I think
I'm
it
not
said in
too
the teletype that they will transport, but I don't know if that's accurate because of COVID. All right, so let me explain to you another wrinkle that we're having with a lot of the counties is because of the pandemic, some counties are transporting inmates and some counties are not. So I'm not going to give you an ROR, and I can't adjust any of the bonds on the KPSs from all the other county cases.
That's fine.
But if you're able to post those bonds, you can leave, and we'll be in touch with Alachua County, and if they are transporting, they'll come and get you. But I can't tell you right now if that's one of the ones that's transporting. But we'll find out, and if they will come and get you, we'll make sure that they know that you're ready.
Yes, ma'am. And would there be an ETA and a court date for this Orange County case of grand theft? Am I going to be in jail for 30, 60, 90 days?
I don't know the answer to that because I think it depends on that judge's calendar. And it might also depend on if and when the state files the charges.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
You didn't take any action on the out on bond,
I
did
did
you?
not.
Okay, thank you.
Please tell me your name.
Jody Thompson.
That I don't have him. Hold on one moment.
Is it out of county?
Out of county warrant.
Thompson?
Yes.
No.
Should be in the out of county section.
Hold on, unless it's stuck to another one. No. No. Is it in there? Ah. I don't know if I went through this one. Hold on. All right. Did you say Jody Thompson is your name?
Yes.
All right. You're here in case number 21-220513. There was a KPS issued for failing to appear on a larceny charge. At this time, there is no bond on that KPS, and I cannot change that. But I will appoint the public defender to represent you. We'll be in touch with the other county.
Can I get a copy of what you just said? Like, I don't know what you're saying, larceny.
Theft.
Okay.
It's a theft charge, so I don't, hold on, let me see if I can tell you if it's a misdemeanor or a felony by this. It looks like it's in Volusia. And it's a felony petty theft. That's what's charged.
Okay.
All right, good luck, sir. Good morning, or afternoon, what's your name?
Rebecca Turner.
All right, you're here in 0068243. Looks like there was a warrant issued for your arrest for failing to appear on a petty theft, less than $300. Your bond is $1,000 on that charge. And we'll be contacting the other county to see if they'll transport you, but in the meantime, you are able to bond out. You have a bond.
Thank you.
All right, good luck. Good afternoon, what's your name?
Edward John Sweeney. Judge, for the record, my name is Matt Ferry. My law partner Warren Lindsay and I represent Mr. Sweeney.
All right, give me 1 second. I don't have his information.
It's in a felony BOP section, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Sorry, I have to find that. Just sign it.
Oh, I don't have it up yet. All right, thank you, Counselor. Please continue.
Judge, Mr. Sweeney was arrested for violation of probation. The basis for the violations are two technical violations. Both involve him being away from his GPS monitor for a very short time period. The first one occurred on December 19th, where he inadvertently locked himself out of his vehicle while he was washing his van at a car wash. As soon as his probation officer notified him, he responded and cured the situation. The other violation occurred on January the 7th. Him and his wife were going to dinner. She's also present. And they left the transponder at the house for approximately 14 minutes. Again, as soon as he was notified by his probation officer, they immediately drove home. They got the responder. We are asking the court to set bond in the amount of $1,000 on the violation of probation case. Mr. Sweeney is 61 years old. He has no prior record besides this incident. He's been married for 30 years. His wife would testify to that. He's been in full compliance with his probation besides this incident and has no prior violations of probation. It's our belief that once we have a hearing on these violations, these are not willful and substantial violations.
I don't think we put the case number on the record.
Yeah, the
It's
case number is
2019
CF 016106-A-O.
All right, is there any, would you like his wife to testify?
Sure. Yes, Ms. Sweeney?
Oh, yes, please raise your right hand to be sworn. Sorry, I was reading.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please state your name for the record.
Larita Sweeney.
Ms. Sweeney, what is your relationship to Edward Sweeney?
I'm his wife of nearly 30 years.
And how old is Mr. Sweeney?
Ma'am, can you put your mask back on?
Okay.
Thank you.
61,
And where do you reside?
1100 Casper Drive, Orlando, Florida.
Okay. Did I ask you, how many years have you been married?
30.
30 years, okay. Are you aware of the incident in which your husband was locked out of his vehicle on December the 19th?
I am.
Can you tell the court the circumstances of that incident?
Sure. I had gone to a lunch with a neighbor to take them for a Christmas lunch. My husband did not attend because he's vegetarian, and we were going to Nikki's Place Barbecue. And he stated he was going to go to lunch somewhere else and then do a little Christmas shopping. And he was getting his car washed, which was a gesture to me as a Christmas gift because he never does it. And he locked his transponder, and that's the term I use for the device, in the vehicle because he had taken it out of a pair of jeans because it was uncomfortable to sit and put it on his console. He accidentally locked that into his vehicle at the Top Wash Car Wash on Cimarron Drive. I've got the receipt where he was there. I've got the phone records of my phone where he called me within 10 minutes to say, can you bring the keys? I've accidentally locked the transponder in. And I left lunch, dropped the neighbor at their house and got the keys and was able to go get him unlocked from his vehicle, I think, and it's less than 30 minutes.
The other incident that forms the basis for his arrest was an incident that occurred on January the 7th of this year. Can you tell the court the circumstances of that particular violation?
I can. Approximately at this same time, we noted that his transponder was having to be charged much more frequently. It used to be like a cell phone, you charged it overnight. He was having to charge it 2 and 3 times a day. And whenever we were contacted by the alarm company I believe he had told his probation officer that he was having some concerns with the transponder. But that evening, we actually went to dinner at Jason's Deli, and I realized because of COVID that they were not open as late, and I told him, hurry, we need to get out to the car because Jason's Deli is now closing at 9, and he had put his transponder back on the charger because it was so frequently showing that it was out of a charge, and he forgot to go back and get the transponder. We made it approximately 4 miles from our house to Cayley and Fern Creek, and I was notified on my phone that he was away from the transponder from the alarm company, and we immediately turned back and went to our home and were back within 5 to 6 minutes.
And on each of these occasions, did he have contact with his probation during this time period where he was away from his transponder?
She would typically call him either the same day or the next day to discuss that with him.
Okay. No other questions, Your Honor.
Does the state wish to inquire?
The state does not, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. And thank you, Counselor. Do you have any further argument?
No, Your Honor.
All right. At this time, I'm not going to grant your request for a bond. I think you should have a hearing in front of Judge Alvaro. So Do we know when that hearing will be? No, all right. I can't give you a date for that, but you need to have a hearing in front of him. Oh, wait. Here? It'll be in front of Judge Lattimore.
Within 10 days, yeah.
All right, all right. Thank you. Good luck. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Faith Alexander.
All right, ma'am. You're here in case number 21 CF 1114AO, charged with grand theft, fraudulent use of personal identification information, and possession of an unauthorized driver's license. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I do find probable cause exists for your arrest. Your bond is $5,000 on count 1, $150 on count 2, $150 on count 3. You're not allowed to have any contact with any victims or co-defendant in this case. Do you understand?
Yes.
Are there any other bond conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, ma'am. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Ulysses Dickey.
Did you say Ulysses Dickey?
Yes.
All right. Sir, you're here in case number 21 CF 1095AO, charged with first-degree murder with a firearm. There was a warrant issued for your arrest. There is no bond. I will appoint the public defender to represent you.
Oh,
Does the state request anything else?
Yes, no, no, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Good luck, sir. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Addie's Douglas, ma'am.
All right, sir, you're here in case number 2020 CF 11571AO, charged with possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. There was a capias issued for your arrest. The bond amount is $1,000 on count 1 and $100 on count 2.
Is that with PTR or just straight PTR? I didn't understand. Mine says 1,000/PTR.
I don't know the answer to that. He doesn't qualify for PTR.
Okay, that was just my question, Your Honor.
But I'm a little bit confused because the only KPS I have is for possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. But on the face sheet, it says, it has a list of a lot of other charges that are way more serious.
The possession of cocaine case is an add-on. He was already previously booked in. I believe you saw him yesterday, Your Honor.
Yes,
he came to
ma'am.
That's why
court
his
yesterday.
name sounds so familiar.
Yes, I saw yesterday.
Okay. All right. Well, so that's your bond on this case.
Yes,
you understand?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Did you have an attorney?
Public defender.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender in this case as well. Good luck,
you.
sir.
Yes, ma'am.
I thought his name was familiar, but I couldn't figure out where the rest of those charges went. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name.
Kenneth Hardy.
You're here in 21 CF 1087AO, charged with burglary of a structure, petty theft, and criminal mischief. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. There's probable cause for your arrest in this case. Your bond is $3,500 on count 1, $100 on count 2, $100 on count 3. You're not allowed to return. You're not allowed to have any contact with any victims or witnesses in this case. I also show that you have an out on bond case, 20 CF 10621AO. Possession of cocaine and trespass. It looks like he was ROR'd. Counsel for the state, could you please advise the court if an information has been filed?
One moment, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yes, that case has a, excuse me, he has a plea date set for 2/2. So next week.
All right, I'm going to revoke your bond on that case. Good luck, sir.
And he was out on ROR, or is that a bond? He was
I'm going to revoke the ROR. Please tell me your name.
Jeremiah Hutto.
Good afternoon, sir. You're here in 21 CF 1080AO. There's a warrant for your arrest. It looks like failing to appear on a petty theft with 2 prior convictions. The bond amount is $5,000 on that. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
It does not take long. All right, good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name.
Marquise Jones.
All right, sir, you're here in case number 21 CF 1084AO, charged with armed burglary of a structure with a firearm, armed burglary of a conveyance with a firearm, grand theft, firearm, 2 counts, and criminal mischief. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case.
Your Honor. We had a probable cause challenge for the armed burglary of a structure with a firearm.
Can you get really close to the microphone, Counselor?
We had a
I heard that, but I just,
okay.
It'll make it easier.
I already discussed it with the state, and they have no objection to an ROR on that count. However, we would ask that you set a monetary bond only because he's gonna be locked up without a bond on the other charge, and so we want him to accrue his time while he's in there.
Counsel for the state?
That was our discussion. We discussed it this morning, Your Honor. But I said the state would still be asking for no bond as to count 2. So even if the court ROR, because of no PC as to count 1, he still would be held at least at no bond on count 2, and no objection to subsidiaries on counts 3, 4, and 5. No, no weapons or no firearms.
What is the probable cause for the burglary of a structure with a firearm?
So the debate that we were having is, my guess is the officer assumed when he threw the backpack over the wall, like because when we read the jury instructions, any piece, part of your body, that maybe his arm went over, or hand when that book bag was thrown, that may have been enough for the PC for it, of going over the structure, because we went through and read it this morning. That's the state's assumption, but that's why we said we wouldn't even argue the count 1, we would argue count 2.
All right, yeah, I'm struggling with count 1, finding PC.
So no objection, no PC as to count 1.
All right, I'm not gonna find PC as to count 1, but as to counts 2 through 5, I do find there's probable cause for your arrest. So on count 1.
You can ROR, it's not gonna matter his credit for time served. He's gonna get credit for the case, not the counts.
Not the 1 charge, okay.
Yeah.
All right, then I'm gonna ROR him on count 1, but sir, you're not gonna have a bond on count 2?
What is, can I ask you?
Because of the level of offense it is, I can't give you a bond today. Your attorney can file a bond motion. Counts 3, 4, and 5, your bond amount will be $150 on each. You're not allowed to return to any of the places listed in this. There's a couple of scenes here, so you can't return to any of the scenes. No contact with any victims. And you're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck, sir.
You know my original charge?
That is
That's not even on it.
No, that's not a charge at all.
Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Aaron Kilpatrick.
You're here in case number 21 CF 1115AO, charged with grand theft, fraudulent use of personal identification information, possession of unauthorized driver's license. I do find probable cause exists in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. You're not allowed to have contact with the co-defendant or any victims in this case. Your bond is $5,000 on count 1, $150 on counts 2 and 3. Can't return to the scene, have contacts with victims. Any other conditions the state would request for bond?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, ma'am. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Ernest Lewis.
Ernest Lewis?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Sir, you're here today. I think you have a couple of cases. 21 CF 8430, possession of a controlled substance. There was a warrant issued for your arrest, so another judge already found probable cause. The bond on that is $1,000. Then in case number 2020 CF 10592AO, you're charged with burglary of a structure, 2 counts, and grand theft. There was also a warrant issued for your arrest in that case. Your bond is $3,500 on count 1, $150 on count 2, and $150 on count 3. You're not allowed to return to the scene or have any contact with any victims. Do you understand, sir?
Can I?
I'm sorry?
Can I say something?
Get really close to the microphone, and I just want to be sure you understand everything you say here is being recorded and can be used against you later.
Yes.
I would suggest you not say anything about the facts of the case. You're only here for a bond, to get bond.
I understand that, but I have never been arrested. The police never did anything. I didn't have any drugs. And you take something and then you come later back and say, this is my drug. You never tested it. Then you take it somewhere. And then you wait all this time again. Then you say it's my drug. That's your drug.
Sir?
That's not mine.
So today, the only thing we're doing is I'm telling you what the charges are.
Yes,
Another
ma'am.
judge has already issued those warrants for your arrest, but it sounds like you think you might have some defenses in this case. You need to talk to your lawyer about that, and your lawyer can file a motion in front of the judge who'll be hearing the case, okay? So you want to tell your lawyer all of that information, all right?
Yes.
All right, good luck, sir.
Hello, Your Honor.
What's your name, sir?
Fidel Palmer.
All right, hold on 1 second. Jocelyn Mora bonded out.
Huh?
Not you, I'm asking
Okay.
inmate number. It's here. Hold on. Oh, I got it. 21002315.
Bonded, Your Honor.
All right, she bonded. And this is Fidel Palmer?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, sir. You're here in case number 21 CF 1117AO. You're charged with trafficking in oxycodone, trafficking in MDMA, possession of a firearm in a commission of a felony, possession of a prescription drug without a prescription, and possession of cannabis less than 20 grams.
Wait.
Hold on,
Your
let me
Honor,
tell you
can-
all the things I have to tell you, okay? You have a couple cases. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Unless, do you have another attorney, sir?
Not yet,
No?
ma'am.
You have to get really close to the microphone.
Not yet, ma'am.
Okay.
I just,
Do you want me to appoint the public defender?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm appointing her to represent you. You also have case number 21CT748AO and 21CT749AO. No valid driver's license and no motor vehicle registration. In each of these cases, I've reviewed the probable cause affidavits, and I do find probable cause exists for your arrest. Your bond as to count 1 in CF 1117 is $100,000. Does the state wish to speak into the bond amounts for the remaining counts?
You left count 1 as 100,000, I'm sorry, Your Honor?
I did.
Then no objection to treating all counts as subsidiaries.
Including the other trafficking count?
Yes, Your Honor. When I looked at his criminal history, he has none that I can see, but then I see that the prior case he had, he was arrested on trafficking, no information in the case. That was a 2018 case.
All right, then I'll give you subsidiary bonds on the other 4 counts. So it'll be $150 on counts 2 through 5.
And then no objection to doing subsidiaries as to no valid and no motor vehicle, so 100 on each.
I'm gonna leave those at 500 each. All right. You're not allowed to possess a firearm, ammunition, or a weapon of any kind. You're not allowed to return to the scene. You can't drive without a valid driver's license, so don't drive. You're not allowed to have contact with any known drug dealers.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal drugs. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
And the no valid. Good afternoon, sir. Tell me your name, please.
James Timothy Paul III.
All right, sir, you're here in 21 CF 1118AO, possession of cocaine and introducing contraband into a county facility. I find there's probable cause for your arrest in that case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. In case number 21MO144AO, you're charged with open container of an alcoholic beverage. There's probable cause there too, sir. Your bond amount in that case is going to be $150. You were out on bond in case number 21. I can't read this handwriting.
M.O.
MO?
Oh, M? That's an M?
Yes.
21 MO113AO.
The state on behalf of the city would request no action on the out on release. They're gonna send me an email about why, if, did I,
All right, I'm gonna take no action on that case. So I'm not gonna revoke your bond on that case, all right? Your Honor?
Can I say something?
No, please.
You can, but this is being recorded and can be used against you later, so that's why your attorney is asking you not to say anything.
say just gets emails from the city when stuff happens on their.
Your Honor, you left the bonds on the possession case as is?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, could I get the bonds on count 1 and 2? I couldn't. hear.
1,000 and 150.
So what's my bond?
This is all the
Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Grellin Thomas. Grellin Thomas.
Did you say Grillin Thomas? Okay, hold on one second. Let me ask about Carlos Tavares. Oh, he bonded. All right. Mr. Thomas, you're here in case number 21 CF 1104AO, charged with possession of MDMA and trespass in a conveyance. And also 20-02-175. It's a violation of probation. And I don't have that warrant. Hold on one second, let me find that warrant. All right, so there's no bond on your violation of probation. On the possession of MDMA and trespass in a conveyance, sir, I do find there's probable cause for your arrest in that case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in both. And it looks like the probation is from out of county, so we'll be in touch with the other county to see if they'll be transporting you, okay? I can't hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, good luck, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name.
Elmer Rudolph Tossi, the second.
Give me 1 second. I'm hot. I want to be hot. Sorry, sir. I was listening to you. You're here in 21 CF 1102AO, charged with grand theft and possession of MDMA. It's grand theft of a motor vehicle. I do find probable cause exists for your arrest in this case. Your bond is $1,000 on count 1, $150 on count 2, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
Thank you.
You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
My name is Ricardo Adolfo Vargas Berrio.
Sir, you're here in case number 21 CF 1094AO, charged with petty theft with 2 prior convictions. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond is $1,000. You're not allowed to return to the scene or have contact with any of the witnesses in the case. Do you understand?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir.
So what does that mean?
I gave you a bond in your case.
Do I come back to court?
If you bond out, yes, sir, you'll have to come back.
I can't bond out.
If you don't bond out, then they'll transport you for court when it's time.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so next I have Jeremy Ward.
He's behavior, Your Honor.
All right, case number 2020 CF 804080. There's a capias charging him with, I guess, failing to appear on a petty theft. Yeah, failing to appear on a petty theft. I find his behavior a willing refusal to come to court. I'll appoint the public defender to represent him. And then also I have Johnny Ward.
Bond.
Okay. Next, please tell me your name.
Hi, Your Honor. Aaron Amara.
You have to leave your mask on.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. It makes it really difficult to understand everyone, but we have to do it for safety. All right, good afternoon. You're here in 2018 CF 7022AO. It looks like you have a warrant for violating your probation, and your probation was originally for aggravated battery with a deadly weapon.
Yes. May I respectfully say something, Your
Hold on
Honor?
one second. Let me finish what I have to say and tell
Sure.
you that this was a warrant issued by another judge. I'm not changing it. So this isn't an evidentiary hearing. I'm just telling you why you're here.
Mhm.
And I'll appoint the public defender if you don't have an attorney.
Okay. I do need one, yes.
Okay. So the allegations are that you were on probation and violated
Right.
by having contact with
My
Keith
probation.
Falcone. Hold on. Let me tell you what it
Okay,
is.
I'm sorry.
And then also by not paying your court costs. And there's no bond on this warrant. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You want to talk to your attorney about any defenses that you have in the case? Because we're not going to have a hearing on it today.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
All right, good luck.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Shannon Ballard is medical, Your Honor.
2019 CF 13346AO, violation of probation, no bond. I'll appoint the public defender to represent her.
We'll waive, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to revoke her bond on her out on bond case 20 CF 15362AO.
Your Honor, I was just about to say, her out on bond case is what violated her probation. So she's technically not out on bond.
They came back and then did the affidavit for a violation after she was already booked. So she hasn't really been out to do it.
Hold on. She was sentenced December 8th. She was put on probation December 8th and violated December 31st. All right, then I'll take no action on the out on bond case.
Daquan White, refused.
Okay. That's case number 19 CF 16768AO. A violation of probation. There's no bond in this case. I'll appoint the public defender.
Gerald Bell, also refused.
19 CF 894AO. Out of county warrants. Bond is $100,000, $5,000, and $5,000. I'm not going to appoint the public defender to represent him, but I will find that his refusal is a willing waiver of his appearance in court.
Yeah, Your Honor, on Daquan White, he also has another case.
Okay, hold on, let's go back to Mr. White has case number 20 CF 8393AO. A capias was issued on attempted second-degree murder. There is no bond. He's ordered not to have contact with any victim, co-defendant, or witness, not return to the scene, and not possess weapons or firearms. And I will appoint the public defender in that case as well.
What happened with Bill? Sorry, this Bill, what happened? He just stayed the bond? Just out of county?
Yeah, it's out of county.
You just, no, I'm saying you
I
stayed
just
the
left the
bond.
bond the way it was,
Okay.
and I did not appoint the public defender. All right,
Victoria Frazier, bonded.
okay. Next, what's your name, sir?
My name is Stephen Wayne Poland, ma'am.
All right, you're here in 24753 CF. You have an out-of-county warrant for burglary and grand theft. Your bond is $10,000 on count 1 and $5,000 on count 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Then you also have 198326 CF, an out-of-county warrant with no bond for failing to appear on a felonious possession of a firearm.
Yes, ma'am. Would I be able to speak on that, ma'am?
So here's what's happening. I think this is, at least one is out of they're both out of Pinellas County.
Yes, ma'am.
Today, there's nothing I can do. I can't change your bond. So anything you say is being recorded and can be used against you later, but it can't change what's happening. We'll contact the judge down in Pinellas County and we'll find out if they're gonna transport you down there.
Yes, ma'am.
But at this time, you can say anything you want, but it doesn't change what is.
Yeah, I understand that. I was confused on, I was in jail here when they issued an FTA. That's what I don't understand. Why is that hasn't been removed? I've been in here since February 24th, 2020. And this was from March 16th. I was supposed to be in court down there. And I wasn't transported, so I don't understand why I'm still getting this FTA. That's why I wanted to ask that question. Why, I mean, I've even written to the judge down there. I don't understand why nothing's been done about that when I can bond out on this other stuff.
Let
But
me
I was in
see.
here and it was unwilling and unlawful FTA. It's the only reason why I'm asking the question, ma'am.
I don't have that information.
Yes, ma'am.
So.
Your Honor, did you appoint the public defender?
I didn't, but I will now.
Oh.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna appoint the public defender here in this county. So we'll let them see if they can help sort it out and maybe we
Thank
can
you.
dispose of these.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Ronald Postel.
All right, sir, you're here in case number 22588 CT. It looks like there's a warrant from Seminole County for failing to appear on arraignment for a driving charge.
Ma'am, I was in jail.
I believe you, but at this time I can't change it. This is another judge's capias. So we'll be in contact with that judge and see if they want to change it. But for right now, it looks like there's no bond authorized on this capias. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you and they'll see if they can help you, okay? All right, good luck, sir. Good afternoon, please tell me your name.
Malik Stubbs.
All right, sir, you're here in 20 CF 1204B. You have an out-of-county warrant out of Lake County for robbery with a firearm. The bond authorized is $50,000. So we'll be in touch with Lake County to see if they're gonna come and get you.
Come and get me?
I'll find out if they will. I don't know if Lake County's transporting right now.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck, sir. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
William Velez.
You're here in case number 0069084. You have a warrant out of Polk County for fleeing or attempting to elude and resisting an officer without violence. Looks like there's no bond authorized on this warrant. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, sir. Good afternoon, what's your name?
Jamal Wilkerson.
You're here in 20322 CTA. Looks like you have an out-of-county warrant for failing to appear for arraignment on a no valid driver's license charge. The bond authorized on this is $2,000. All right, good luck, sir.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
If it's possible. I know yesterday for my first appearance, you told me I had a bond for like my Orange County charges.
Yes.
As I was going to proceed to bond out, I was told the previous bondsman said if I bond out that I would get a warrant out for my arrest. So I didn't know, I didn't understand anything that they were saying.
I have no idea what they were telling you. You have this out-of-county warrant. I don't know if that's what they were talking about. But there's a bond authorized on this warrant as well.
So I can bond out?
Yes.
I just don't want to bond out and I have a warrant out for my arrest.
I don't know if there's a warrant out for your arrest somewhere else.
Well, no, I wasn't sure because that's what was said.
I only know about the Orange County case and then this Lake County case that we have this warrant now. But if there could be other warrants that I'm not,
In Seminole County?
that I don't have. I don't know.
You said Lake County or Seminole County?
I think that said Lake County.
Yeah, it should be Seminole County.
Seminole.
Oh, Seminole County.
Yeah. Okay, then, thank you.
All right, good luck, sir. What's your name, sir?
Paul Evans.
What?
Paul Evans.
All right, Mr. Evans. You're here in case number 2001 1039. Well, it doesn't say CT. I believe you. CT. All right. It looks like there was a capias issued back in 2006, maybe? Hold on. Yes, 2006. You failed to appear for arraignment on a charge of driving while license canceled, suspended, or revoked. So a judge issued a warrant for your arrest once you failed to appear for court.
They will offer adjudication of guilt credit for time served.
All right, sir. You have a bond in this case. It's $1,000, $1,750. Or the state of Florida just said that if you'd like to enter a plea of guilty or no contest, their offer is adjudication of guilt and credit time served. What would you like to do here today?
Adjudication guilty.
You have to get really close to the microphone.
Accept the adjudication of guilty and time served.
All right, please raise your right hand.
Do you swear affirm that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, you just told me that you'd like to enter a plea in this case. Is that what you'd like to do?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand if you enter a plea today, you're going to be waiving or giving up certain constitutional rights, like
Yes,
your right
ma'am.
to remain silent, your right to testify on your own behalf, your right to call witnesses and present any defenses you have, your right to force the state to prove your guilt beyond all reasonable doubt, and your right to a jury trial where one is required. You're going to give up all those rights and enter a plea today.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what you want to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you're on probation in any jurisdiction, this plea could violate that probation?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am.
Other than what we just discussed, has anyone threatened you or promised you anything in order to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
All right. Then, sir, how do you wish to plead to the charge of driving while license suspended?
Guilty.
I'll accept your plea of guilty. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty. Order you to serve how many days?
One moment, yeah.
Gotta find out how many days you've been in jail.
Just today.
They will stipulate 2 days.
All right. I'll give you credit for 2 days in jail. I do have to order that you pay court costs in this. I'm not allowed to waive court costs, but I'm going to give you a year to pay them. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck, sir.
And you're striking the home confinement from the warrant, correct?
Well, he's not bonding out. He pled. So there is
Okay.
no warrant now.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Good luck, sir.